I hope my mic's working. Hey, everybody. Well, I was bored. I figured, well, it's Friday night. If not everybody's out watching that movie, It, maybe they'll want to join. Um, Let me get some stuff set up. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Gone. Oh, shut up. Dooby Dooby Doo. Well, that doesn't say anything. Doesn't help me one bit. What if I do this? Does that put me on? There we go. That's what I wanted. And I want to do that. Move that over there. And I guess just shut that down. Just experimenting, people. Just experimenting. Had a horrible day. Long, horrible day. Thought I'd just come on and lighten up my day. Spread some sunshine on my day. Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be on long. In fact, I forgot my clock. But I just, like I said, I just felt like talking. I had kind of a long, tedious day. Is this anything important? I don't think so. Got those yellow slips like old Ray Rayner from Chicago Children's Television used to have. I think he was the one who they got the idea for the stick-it, yellow stick-it things, because he used to have these tiny little square papers. I believe they were clipped. What do they call those? Paper clipped to his clothes. And he would pull them off and go, oh, Bugs Bunny cartoon. Let's watch that. And then that was what, 70s? Then in the 80s, sticky notes came out, and it was very much kind of the same thing. So, yeah, it's a Friday night, and I'm giving a little test to see if anybody's there. Hey, I got one person watching. Hello there, whoever you are. Like I said, I'm this will probably be a short one unless the gang comes in. But it won't be a wild, let's fall asleep in front of the computer episode. But I had an interesting. I mean, like I said, the whole day has been just long and tedious, and I got home late, and I was looking for something to watch, and I just put in. I just finished Ridley Scott's Matchstick Men with Sam Rockwell and Nicolas Cage, who Nick Cage does a fantastic job in that film. I had totally forgotten how great he is with those mannerisms and tics. And it's a great little con man story that gets heartwarming, and then the rug gets pulled out from under you at the end. I enjoyed it. It was a great little flick. So if you haven't seen it out there, check out Matchstick Men, Ridley Scott, 2000s, late 2010s. I don't know what year it came out, but I finally cleaned out my mailbox, and I got a crap load of bills. Most of them hospital bills that I'm probably refusing to actually open because I just don't need that depression. And I was going to go on and play Dead Island a little bit, just a little bit. And I was like, well, maybe I'll start a live stream and go on for maybe 10, 15 minutes and see if anybody wants to join in or talk. And if not, I'll shut her down and go play some Dead Island on Steam. Come join me on Steam. RB Donstar, all one word. Look me up, friend me, play a game with me. Let's play a game. Do you want to play a game? Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm doing. So what else can I talk about? What else is going on? I'm all caught up with, I believe I already talked about this in the last chat, Snowfall, which was a really, really good effect show. Everybody should check it out. And I watched the first episode, the first movie of Twin Peaks, which was movie length, directed by David Lynch, which was just pretty outstanding, if you ask me. I have not started the rest of the series yet. I just watched that one episode. Or movie. What else did I recently watch? I'm all caught up with Preacher. They got one more episode to go on Preacher, which should be it should be interesting to see where that's all going to go. And yeah, that's really kind of about it. God, I'm tired. I'm tired talking to myself. So join in. Join us. I still haven't gotten my computer totally up to par, but at least I have most of it. When I play GTA, I still freeze like every 15, 20 minutes. Hey, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. Did I wake you? Did I wake you early, or am I keeping you awake? Yeah, Kubrick, I was just saying that I was going to go play some game, and then I was like, well, it's Friday night. Let me try to start a stream and see if anybody wants to join in. I've been away for the last couple days, just taking a break and getting some stuff done business-wise, and that just wore me out today. So I was like, well, I'll try this for like 15 or so minutes, and if nobody joins in, I'm just going to shut down and go play some Dead Island on Steam. That's where I was. Also, like I said, I pretty much have my computer back up and running. It's weird. These last couple days, I've had no desire to edit, even though I got my movie editing software all fixed and everything. I have no desire to sit down in front of the computer and edit any of my reviews, and I have a bunch of them. You're up anyways. What time is it out there in is it the UK? I believe the UK. What time is it out there by you right now? Oh, by the way, I got your link on Facebook. I just haven't, like I said, the last couple of days I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to check it out. But I did check out Sasha's little video on his channel. I Ain't Got Time to Bleed, which was fun, just seeing some old movies he did. And it's 10:25 Eastern. Not bad. That's again Eastern. Duh. That's evening, right? And it's Friday night, or is it Saturday morning? 10:25. I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm Central. He's Eastern. Yeah, it's night. It's Friday night. Friday night. Yeah, his video was pretty cool. I enjoyed, a couple of his little shorts. I really liked his drive one, where he was just driving through the street and it was timed in with the Yellow song. Yellow, the group from the 80s, I believe. I thought that was really well done. Yes, it's Friday. So what are you doing tonight, Kubrick? What have you been watching? What have you been up to today? I don't think you did a live stream recently. I think LJ did one tonight about Guardians of the Galaxy 3D, which I have not watched yet. Yeah, you want to join? Yeah, let me send you the link. I think this is the right link. Lancelot link, secret gem. Da, 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 da. Try that one, man. Listening to music. What kind of music? Some Bach, some Beethoven, some Chopin, some Wendy Carlos, Walter Carlos, some PDQ Bach. I don't know. Did I say some Brahms? Um, oh, wait, what's this little notification here hiding behind me? Oh, there he is. That's you.
Yeah.
That was the notification. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
So what kind of music have you been listening to?
Well, a lot of jazz
Oh,
and rock too,
mhm.
like Miles Davis and John Coltrane.
Good stuff. What kind of rock do you like?
Uh, well, I like classic rock. I like new rock too, like Nirvana. I like a lot.
That's not really new anymore, though.
It's newer than
I remember when Nirvana was out and all these other groups, I didn't care for them because it was new rock. I was like, oh, now it's nostalgic. Now I can listen to that stuff and love it. You know, the same with the early like Run DMC rap and stuff. I love the stuff now compared to what's out now. I haven't gotten became a fan yet of Eminem. Uh, I don't know. There's maybe one or two songs I like, but I'm not a big fan of his.
oh, my nephew likes them in NMN.
See, it's hard to say, isn't it? It's like aluminum.
Yeah,
But
and I like Lady Gaga, but I haven't listened to her recently.
I think the one song that I know of hers is that one with that odd beginning, the la 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 da
Oh,
da
Bad
da. Da.
Romance.
Yeah, that's the only song I know that she does because I've heard it. If I
Yeah,
hear something on the radio, I couldn't tell you if that was her or not. I'm way apart from listening to music for a long time.
and I use Spotify to listen to a lot of music. So, like I listen to Motley Crue, I listen to some Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath.
Good stuff.
Uh,
Led Zeppelin.
yeah, Led Zeppelin, Rolling
Yeah,
Stones.
I have a hard drive, an exterior. Here come the belches. Here come the
Uh,
belch. Um, of just MP3 after MP3 after MP3 of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the
oh yeah,
90s music, and it's just full of all these albums, full collections that I actually started collecting those back when in the Napster days. If you
that was
remember what's that?
that was the '90s, right?
90s, I believe, is when it was the heyday of computers and the file sharing stuff, and Napster got all in trouble. And but that I joined that one time when I heard about it, and I would, because you're on other people's hard drives basically, and I would
Yeah,
just download album after album. And I knew I never had time, just like with movies, I never have the time to listen to it all, but at least knowing I had it you
yeah.
know
I used to burn CDs. I'd take them out of the library and just burn them.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I used to do that with movies. I still have like maybe 150 movies in the little envelopes. Because when Netflix started, I joined that, and they would mail you the disc, and I wouldn't even watch the movie. I would just copy it and send the disc the next right back,
yeah,
and I ended up getting like 3 or 4 movies a week. That I would just keep collecting, and but that got old after a while.
these too. Well, I guess my friend burned them off of the TV or something, but so maybe I don't know, 25. I don't know how many I have. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's I mean, gosh, if you're a movie collector and if you're as old as me, back in the before there was even VHS, we used to copy just the audio tracks of movies. I remember when Planet of the Apes, the '68 film, was on television. I just sat there with I had a reel-to-reel tape actually
Oh,
player, and I would record the entire movie and then just have it on in the background while I was building model kits or something. Um, it was like listening to like a radio show because it was just the dialogue, you know.
you say you're 57, right?
Yeah.
I'm 44. I'm almost 45.
Oh, so you remember the heyday of VHS coming in?
In beta.
Yeah, the big fight,
Good. Yeah.
just like Blu-ray and was it digital? Well,
HD.
HD. That's right, Blu-ray and HD. Yeah. Who
Yeah.
I believe didn't they have the red cases?
I think so. I sort of came in late on the game to Blu-ray and DVD. I only started collecting Blu-rays a few years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't get a flat screen television until 2014. So
Yeah, again went through all the VHS stuff, which was expensive, and I went into Laserdiscs, which talking about expensive. I mean, I think I mentioned in one of my streams
yeah.
the movie Aliens came out Criterion. It was a special edition, and it was $100.
Oh,
Um,
really? Yeah.
yeah,
I remember I used to go with a friend and she used to buy the laser discs, and I guess they were a lot of
Laserdiscs.
money.
Yeah, well, they were the better quality. They were way ahead of. They had better lines of resolution than VHS had, and then DVD came in and took that over.
Yeah.
But
Eh,
I still feel that Laserdisc had the better sound quality than a lot of the early DVDs had when they came out.
oh, yeah. Laserdisc could only fit like half an hour on one side, I think.
Unless it was compressed, yeah, and you would have to flip the disc,
Yeah.
unless you had one of those machines that gave you like 30 seconds where the movie would end and then it would show on the screen A to B, like side A to B, and then the movie would continue. But and
It-
those like the Aliens disc I bought from Criterion, those were like maybe 4 or 5 discs, and they were only like, well, that's what you were saying. They were CAV. They were like a half hour on each side, whereas regular movies was an hour on each side or less.
yeah. One of my father's friends, his kids had a laserdisc player, and I watched Star Wars on that. It was like I think it was 2 discs worth of A New Hope.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
they had that. They came out with those, and then they came out with the mega set. And then they came out with them separately. Um, I had I don't know if it was called the definitive edition, but it was like a big box set. They all fit in, and the transfer at the time, everybody cheered, but it wasn't that great because it was almost like the settings were too bright. So when you had some outer space scenes and you would see some TIE fighters flying through the star field or TIE fighters, you would get this like this like lighter colored box around the ship, and it would move as they would go by. And that was because they were recording those models, and then adding them to a background plate. And so, I mean, it needed to be darkened so you didn't see that stuff. But I remember my friends and I always pointing that out, saying, why couldn't they have done this better? But they were the original versions. They were the untouched special editions.
yeah. Seeing you on, I wanted to show you. I have because you're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah. Now, is that a DVD?
Yeah, it's a DVD. It's signed by Gunnar Hansen.
Yeah, I have a one sheet. I don't know if you ever, one of my defendings, I had it behind me. And he signed that maybe about 2 years before he passed.
Yeah, he signed mine before the year before he died. I think it was.
Yeah. I saw him at a horror convention in Jersey.
Me
Back
too.
when I used to go those. I wonder if we were at the same convention.
No, I was in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're next. That's what it says in there.
I think that's what mine says.
Really?
I also have an 8x10 of him and Ed O'Neill, the hitchhiker.
Oh, from Married with Children?
No. From Texas Chainsaw, the hitchhiker.
Oh,
His name's
oh,
Ed O'Neill. I think it's
okay.
O'Neill.
Is that the same name of the guy who was Ted Bundy on Married with
I
Children, or is that?
think now that you say that, I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look
And
it
then
up.
This is My Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yeah, stay scared. That's what Romero always wrote. Stay
Yeah.
scared. Even on my Knight Riders poster I got, he wrote "Stay scared." I'm like, why'd you do that? You did it on the Dead poster. Why'd you have to do it on the Knight Riders?
Yeah, I asked him to say like to Brian, but he said I'm going to write this. So maybe that's what he wrote on everybody's things to stay scared.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
this.
he did. The guy from Chainsaw was Ed O'Neill, O apostrophe Neill, and the guy, wait a minute, yeah, they are the same spelling. Yeah, the guy from Married with Children, who's on Modern Family now. Yeah, they have the same spelling. Kind of odd, but yeah, I had him sign my Knight Rider poster because it was a pretty rare one. I believe it was a British release. And I also had Romero sign my original Night of the Living Dead poster, which I had everybody signed that poster except even John Russo, except for the young couple in the movie and Ben, of course, because Ben passed away. But everybody else that was in that movie, I had signed Chili Billy and all those people. I have it rolled down there somewhere in the back. Yeah, I was big at going to movie conventions and getting autographs, but
Yeah.
not anymore.
I used to go to science fiction. Well, I've gone to a few science fiction conventions when I was a teenager.
Hmm.
I met Ray Harryhausen.
Sure.
It was my first one that I went to.
I saw
And,
Harry.
and
I saw Harryhausen the first time in Chicago at I believe it was the Gene Siskel Art Center, or it was the Art Center of Motion Arts, or something like that downtown in the city, and he was just promoting Clash of the Titans, and he did a lecture, and then they showed like a reel of clips of all his movies, and they gave away this black and white flyer. It was just like 2 pages, and I have that autograph somewhere. And then I went to a Wonderfest convention in, is it Kentucky or Tennessee, um, where it's like movie model makers. It was like a toy and model maker convention, and he was there because he did all the little figures, the little models for his movies, and that's where I got another. That's where I got him to sign my Jason and the Argonauts Laserdisc, which
yeah,
yeah, which later I sold. I no longer have it.
yeah. Did you get good money for that because it was signed by him?
It was a Criterion Laserdisc,
Oh,
and I think I got a little over 100 for it. I knew Blu-rays, I knew DVDs were coming in, so I kind of jumped on the eBay bandwagon and said,
uh,
okay, I'm going to get rid of these things because they're huge. They're not only as big as albums, LPs, but they were heavy. They were heavy after a while. And I figured they're all going to probably come out on DVD. I'm just going to sell them, sell them, sell them.
mhm.
I'll tell you, the most money I ever got on a laser disc was somebody bought Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, which was pan and scan. It wasn't the best transfer, and he paid almost $150 for it. And I don't even know if that's even on DVD now. It might be. I think it is. But that was the most I got ever from a Laserdisc, and I was shaking my head. I was like, "That movie? You're going to pay that much for it? Okay."
Yeah, and I met my first convention. I met Isaac Asimov.
Hmm,
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I got I got Ray Bradbury. I got Robert Bloch. Um,
The guy who wrote Psycho, right? Robert
yeah,
Bloch.
yeah. The convention I went to, it was in Washington D.C. called the Famous Monsters of Filmland. It was one of the um, conventions. The return. What was it? Doesn't say. Oh, it was the 35th anniversary of Famous Monsters from 1993, and I got the magazine, and I got Uncle Forey and Robert Bloch and a whole bunch of other people on the back page here to autograph it. And inside here, I got a bunch of people to autograph. Everybody was there, you know. It was a great time to go to cons and see actually the old classic, you know, like Bela Lugosi's son and Vincent Price's daughter, people like that. But that's where I got John Landis and Joe Dante, William Shallert, bunch of autographs of these people. It was, like I said, it was a good time. They wouldn't allow cameras in there because that was around the time I was going to cons and filming, and they wouldn't allow video cameras in anywhere in the convention, so you couldn't take anything,
Yeah.
which was a shame. But I got the autographs, so
Yeah, I think I remember back in the late '80s at like the science fiction conventions in New York City. If they showed Ray Harryhausen's clips, they would show it on a projector, I believe,
yeah.
a film projector. Probably it's a different story these days, but
I remember. I think it was the Pitt Congress Hotel in Chicago. They had a sci-fi convention where I bought my first Doctor Who shirt, and I bought my the TARDIS key ring, which they've changed designs now to a regular key, which sucks. But I remember they were having a screening of one of the James Bond films, and it might have been 16 millimeter, but they had this projector and they put it way back in the hallway, and they had this little square screen, and on the sides you were missing parts of the movie. You know, they could only fit so much on there. Um, but yeah, they used to show the old film. You know, now they just throw a DVD in or a Blu-ray in um, for a screening.
yeah. So have you watched anything recently?
I started the stream talking about stuff. I'm all caught up with Preacher.
Hmm.
Um, I just watched the Ridley Scott movie Matchstick Man, which I loved. I forgot how great Nicolas Cage was in that movie.
Yeah,
Um,
I haven't
and
yet, but
Yeah, other than that, not too much. I'm
yeah,
waiting for the final of Preacher, which will be in a couple days, and then still catching up with Rick and Morty, which is one of the funniest sci-fi cartoon shows. Um, and and I started watching Twin Peaks. I only watched the first episode, it was just one movie. It was an hour and a half, and it was directed by David Lynch, which was really good to see. So I haven't watched the rest of the series. I'll be getting into it soon.
I wasn't. My friend loaned me the original Twin Peaks show.
Hmm.
Eh, David Lynch just hit or miss for me. I think I told you that.
Yeah,
Some
I liked the first season.
like, and some of his stuff I don't.
I liked the first season. Didn't care too much for the second because it went off on a whole nother area. But the first season, I just loved, and I didn't see it originally. I saw it when the Blu-rays came out, and I bought that and watched it. That was my first time seeing it, and I just suddenly was captivated by the mood of it, the jazz score in the background, and how slow things
Oh,
were, and how odd the dialogue and the acting were kind of stilted and odd, and the pauses in between certain parts of dialogue. I really enjoyed that. That was fun.
Angelo
Bat
Badalamenti.
Badalamenti,
He did,
something like, yeah,
yeah, he's a
with
good composer.
with what's her name doing the theme song. I can't think of her name. Any viewers out there, what's the name of the girl who sings the Twin Peaks? Well, she doesn't sing it. She hums it. Anyway, anybody watching?
Sherilyn,
No, not Sherilyn Fenn. No, no.
she in that the show?
Well, there's only one person watching.
Mhm.
Let me see. Twin
Oh,
Peaks.
yeah. I think Sherilyn Fenn was. I don't really can't remember if she was in Twin Peaks or not.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What's her name? Falling. The theme song. Falling. Who did Falling? Julie Cruz did the opening music on there. But yeah, a lot of great actors in there popped up. But yeah, it's a weird, bizarre little show.
I um I said I had to. I have a streaming service called Mubi. It's like like Netflix in a way. It just but
Mhm.
they show stuff, old movies, foreign movies. So they had three Hitchcock films, and then I realized two. Well, actually, I think all three of them I own, but one of them is kind of scratched. So I'm gonna before it leaves. Tomorrow is the last day of its being on Mubi.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's an older Hitchcock film. It's like I think early 30s.
Yeah,
So
I haven't seen too many of his early stuff. Probably from the late '50s, early '60s on. I seen.
yeah,
But he's actually done some silent movies, didn't he?
yeah. I watched two recently. A Criterion, The Lodger, that came with
Oh,
Downhill as well.
yep. Lodger. Yeah, that's a movie that's been remade a few times.
Oh, oh yeah,
So is Man Who Knew Too Much. He in
yeah.
fact remade it himself. Yeah.
Has it been remade more than once?
Lodger?
No, no. Man Who Knew Too
Oh
Much.
man, I think it was. I think it was three times because one was Jimmy Stewart, of course.
Yeah. Peter Lorre was in the first version. It says
Yeah.
in my um, DVD, it says he was phonetically speaking English. He didn't know how to speak English at the time when he did Man Who Knew Too Much.
Yeah, there was also well, there was a 1934, the 1956, and well, maybe that was it. Maybe there was only the two.
Hitchcock, I just thought of a movie. I haven't seen it, but well, I've seen Rear Window, but there was a remake of Rear Window with Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was a TV movie. I didn't care for it too much.
Yeah,
I mean, I love the Jimmy Stewart so much. Um,
yeah.
and also they remade it in was it with Jake Gyllenhaal? It was a different name, like Suburbia or something.
Wasn't that one with Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf, you're right. And his neighbor, he thought his neighbor was killing some people, and
I haven't seen that, but have you seen that? Disturbia?
I only oh that's it, Disturbia. Yeah, I only saw that once on DVD, I think.
Yeah.
Again,
And
didn't really
oh,
care for it too much.
no, yeah,
But there'll always be remakes.
yeah. So other music I like Guns N' Roses a lot,
Hmm.
um, and some old rock bands. Well, it's a bunch. Like the Beatles and the some of the Who, Pink Floyd.
Hmm.
Um,
I was a big Pink Floyd head back in the day.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Never went. A friend of mine got to see the Pigs concert. well, whatever the concert was that they had pigs.
Oh, animals. Yeah.
Animals concert. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so jealous because I couldn't go.
Oh yeah.
He said it was amazing.
Yeah. You mean like the light show or whatever?
Yeah, that was back when you went to a concert and they did things in the audience. They either had big screens or in this case they had a giant inflatable pig.
Yeah. Well, I saw Roger Waters' The Wall at the movie theater.
Hmm.
I don't know, it was like a year or so ago, and I bought the DVD. And he has all these kinds of things going up above audience, and
Oh yeah, the giant puppets, giant
uh,
puppets, the giant puppets at the end, and
yeah.
actually break. Well, actually, I saw the movie is interesting. The movie's great, but the live
Oh, you saw
concert.
Roger Waters' The Wall?
Oh yeah, I had that on laser, the actual movie, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
actual live concert is great, where you had all these
Yeah.
different celebrities come in and do different parts of the music and stuff on stage, and then they were throughout the concert they're actually building this wall, and then at the end
Yeah.
they just knock it all down. That was a great concert, I thought.
He's done it like a few times. I think he did one. Maybe it was the first time he ever did it without Pink Floyd. It's I think it was at the Berlin Wall. I haven't seen that one,
Hmm.
but I saw this current one, which I think it was France. Um,
I did hear about the Berlin Wall one.
you saw the Berlin Wall one?
Yeah, never seen it though. I'm sure there's footage, there's video.
Oh, you didn't see the Berlin Wall one, right?
No,
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, but
but I
yeah.
got big into concerts there for a while. The David Bowie I went and saw.
Oh, you see Dave
Cyndi
Bowie?
Lauper. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw Bowie. I saw Lauper. I saw some country people. Um, um, the Monkees. Well, three of them. Um, but I had quite a few on VHS and on DVD. Like Stop Making Sense. Talking Heads.
Oh, yeah. I
Great
used to
concert.
attend Rarely Seen Cinema on Saddle Up Saturdays with Jonathan Demme at the Jacob Burns Center in Pleasantville, New York.
Yeah.
I used to talk to him and like talk to him about various films or whatever. And
Hmm.
so, yeah, he passed. He passed away, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he was a nice guy.
No. No, never.
No. Yeah.
Only directors I've ever met were some of the older horror directors. But
Yeah.
no, I've never seen like I would have. Well, there's a lot of people I wish I met. Like Peter Sellers. I would have loved to have a conversation with him. Um,
Yeah.
and well, Romero, I already did. I had a little 5-minute chat with him. Um, but yeah, they, you get old, life goes on, they die. So
Yeah. I wish I met people like Kubrick and Kurosawa and
yeah.
Bergman and Fellini and
Hmm.
David Lean. But they all Hitchcock, but he died in 1980. I was just a kid when he died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
The Hitch. There's a lot of good interviews with him though on YouTube.
yeah, yeah. There's some
There's even
supplemental experience with him. So
Yeah, there's even a real good documentary. I think he only did one, but with David Lynch. Um, Someone I can't remember who was interviewing him. It was a British television special, maybe, or something like that. And they talked to him about some of his films, although he's very cryptic about what they mean, of course. Um, but
David Lynch, you mean?
David Lynch, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Like he won't explain what a Eraserhead is about. He says it's something in the Bible. He says
yeah. He won't
that
explain any of his. I
yeah,
think I think I might be mistaken. Was it not Moulin Rouge? Mulholland Drive. I think maybe the Laserdisc had an interview with him while the movie's going on, like a commentary, but it wasn't a real commentary. I might be wrong about that. I thought there was one movie that they just put an interview as like one of the tracks on the Laserdiscs. Um,
Did
but
you have Mulholland Drive on Laserdisc?
on Laser, I've never bought it since. I,
Oh
I
yeah.
I appreciate it, but I'm not a fan of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've seen on the internet that critics are saying that it's the best film of the 21st century.
Yeah, yeah, and they might be right, but I don't know. There were other movies that he had done that I rewatchable. You know, I can watch it a couple times, and I had quite a few on Laserdisc. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I like Mulholland Drive, but like you say, you like, I like.
hmm it's like did you have you seen Inland Empire?
Yeah, I didn't like it. Did you see it? You saw it, right?
Yeah, way too long. The only reason I watched it because it was very experimental. He was shooting it all on high def, I believe, or digital.
Yeah.
And Laura Dern, I heard so much great stuff about it, and she does an amazing performance in that thing. But it's way too long. I really have no desire to see it again. I thought the ending was kind of depressing. Um,
It's just these women dancing at the end of the credits, I think.
yeah, well, the whole thing where she ends up laying on the street at the end, and it's just all kind of like I said, depressing. Well, most of his movies are, but I like Eraserhead. I love Lost Highway, Wild at Heart, Blue
Yeah,
Velvet, of
Wild at Heart
course.
is wild about. Um,
That's his Wizard of Oz.
yeah, right, yeah. Is David Lynch's favorite movie Wizard of Oz?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. Might be.
yeah, I think it's one of his favorites.
Yeah. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah,
But from what I understood, he retired, and then everybody wanted him to come back and do Twin Peaks. So he did. I don't know how many episodes he directed, but the first one I know. Maybe he does the last one. But he says that's it with Twin Peaks. He's done. He's just done
yeah,
with everything. So
yeah. My friend's his favorite director is David Lynch, and he just loves him. And
mhm.
um, what was I going to say about David Lynch? Oh yeah, did you know he did a music album?
Well, I saw his music video that he did in his backyard. That was just so bizarre.
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
listened to
tell you
his.
what it was called, but I know there were people with masks on and just some wild stuff
Oh,
happening.
there's House of Blues right there. He and he says that I look like Gene Wilder.
Oh, yeah, he's got the hair there,
Yeah,
Robbie. He's got the hair.
yeah.
Uh,
I haven't had a haircut since March, so yeah.
you gotta do some of Wilder's his quotes.
Well, I'm not really.
It
I don't
is
know about.
alive. It's some Willy Wonka things, you know. He's
Oh
missed.
yeah.
He's missed.
Oh,
Uh,
when I was a kid, before VHS became common among people, my brother and I to the Cleveland Art Museum. That's where I was born, and we'd see movies every Saturday for free. I don't think they do that anymore. I don't live there. I live in Connecticut now, but
yeah.
yeah, we saw like Star Trek: The Motion Picture, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea with James Mason. I think A Christmas Carol.
Well, like I said, when I was in college, there was a theater on the north side. I think it was called the Parkway, and I believe it was only $1 to get in. But every single day they would play a double feature of classic films that you would never see anymore. You know, that's where I saw Wizard of Oz, Eraserhead on the big screen, um,
yeah,
A Clockwork Orange on the big screen. You know, stuff like that. And it was a cool thing to do as a college student because I was into film. Just to go, you got off of school and then you went down and watched a movie or two, at this theater. It was a really cool time, because you've seen these movies either on VHS or something, but it'd be the first time you actually seen them on a big screen.
Yeah, I fairly recently, not when I moved to my apartment, I can't afford to go to the movies as much anymore. I only go like once a week to the film fest I'm involved with. But I
Mhm.
used to go to the Burns a lot, and they showed a lot of classic films. Well, they showed new films too, but
Yeah, I
they
don't.
showed
I very rarely will ever go to a movie theater again. I
yeah,
with home theater the way it is, I'd rather just wait for the Blu-ray. And I know I'm missing the
I
big
usually
screen,
would,
but
you know.
unless it's a big epic like the Star Wars films I went and saw, Force Awakens I saw on the big screen, but
Yeah.
I didn't care for the film. So there was that. Um, excuse the belches. Robbie asks, do any of us have friends in Florida that's being impacted by the hurricane? Not me. I love Florida. I've been down there at least 7 or 8 times in my life. I love it down there. Been to Orlando, been to Miami. I've been to, is it Cocoa Beach is down there? I've been to Cape Canaveral or Cape Kennedy, whatever. But no, I don't know anybody down
Oh,
there. Do you?
only person I could think of is my godmother. I don't know if she's still alive, but
Mm.
um,
Give her a call.
yeah, I I don't I don't know where. Well, I guess I could look her up on the internet. I guess um, maybe I have her email address. I'm not sure.
I had a little friend. I call him little because he was very short. He was like only 4'5", and we called him Lizard Man because he was just this little, real skinny guy, and he had frizzy hair like you because it was the '80s,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was like a ladies' man, man. All these girls would hang around him. That was the time I was going to dance clubs, and Coke was big because he got real big into dealing Coke and all that stuff. But he would, hey Roger, how's it going? He'd have this weird characterness about him. And the last I heard, which was at least 15 years ago, he was living in Florida. But I haven't heard from him since, so I don't know. But man, they're going to get hit, man. How about it? It's tonight, isn't it? That it's going to make
Uh,
landfall.
yeah, I think so. I don't get cable, so the only like way I can get internet. So I guess I could pick information up off of
Here, go
website.
to CNN Live or something like that.
Yeah.
The
Um,
footage, the footage is amazing of what they've shown so far.
I gotta get my charger so the computer doesn't go out on me. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Robbie, in the next 30 hours. I thought, isn't the final evacuation midnight tonight? Their time, they want everybody out of there by midnight. So, and then from the maps I've seen, I haven't looked too much at it, but the maps, that thing is going to go right up through the state. I mean, both sides are going to be affected. That's going to be horrifying for everybody there.
Um, I, I
Hell,
do
190 mile winds. Wow.
I do think I know somebody she retired recently. Um, she was my boss's boss and the boss of everybody. I work at a library. She was the director of the library. And she went to Florida.
Mm.
So I don't know if where she is getting affected. And then I forgot that he's a YouTuber, Ryan Chataway,
Oh, yeah.
blogs where he's talking about preparing for the storm. I just remember that. So I looked at one of his videos and he was talking about like he went into a store. There was hardly any bread left. So
Sure.
yeah, so he's been talking.
I forgot he was down there. That's right. I
Yeah,
hope he'll be okay.
yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, Robbie says he doesn't think it's possible people having to be stuck in traffic for 15 hours trying to drive out of state. That's got to be madness, man. And then all up the state, Georgia, and that they're already starting to want people to evacuate.
Along the coast, right?
What's that?
Along the coast.
Well, no, it's going to go right up through the middle of Florida from the last images I saw.
Oh yeah,
It's going right up the middle. It isn't just the coast.
yeah.
So I hope Disneyland sticks around. Disney World.
Wrong, yeah.
But man, that's Mother Nature, man. That's
Yeah. Have
I remember
you
that
seen?
big storm. I remember that big storm that hit New York. Was it like 5 years ago? That thing was just nuts too to see footage of that on the news.
Sandy?
Was it Sandy
I think so.
or Andy? I don't know. I don't know what they call them, but
Yeah.
and then there's talk, and I saw it on the map that there's a whole nother hurricane coming right after it.
Yeah.
And talk about a two punch, man.
I haven't seen it, and there was a sequel. The Truth. Have you seen that?
Oh, Inconvenient? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't care for it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, and he says earthquake in Mexico. I saw notice of that on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Robbie says it does look like a clip from The Day After Tomorrow. Well, no. I was going to say the what's the big storm one they had recently, or Twister. That's just one little thing. This is gigantic, man. This is amazing. There was an 8.0 earthquake in Mexico this morning. Really? Wow, I wonder if that had something to do with the hurricane affecting the earth. Start of the apocalypse as we know it. The end of the world. Blu-rays and run. Hey, it's only physical, man. That's only physical stuff. Maybe the Scream Factories I'll grab, but that I want those slipcases, and then I'll run away. The movies can go. No, it's all material stuff, man. It's all about saving your person and your family.
That's what comes first.
That's the important thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's you know, things are material things will come and go. You know, but
Yeah. You can always get them again.
yeah, or not.
Yeah.
But still,
Well, yeah.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, Robbie, do you want to join on,
Yeah.
or just want to stay in the chat? Let us know.
So,
Grab your nuts and run. Yeah, those are definitely important.
Roger,
Yeah.
like, what kind of music do you like? Like, I like, I guess there's good music and bad music to me, but I listen to I like classical and opera, but I don't listen to it that much. I like jazz, R&B, basically Prince, rock.
I can tell you what I used to like, because I don't listen to, I don't just, I really don't have the time to just sit down and put a CD in the player. And, but yeah, let us know, Rob. I'll throw the link up again. But I used to like all that stuff. Well, we talked already about certain bands and certain groups.
Yeah.
Alan Parsons Project. Man, I think I had every one of those albums. Yeah, 70s, 80s rock is. Man. Robbie, didn't you do like a live chat where you guys were talking about the best of the music or something? Or didn't you have a group of videos that did that? I know you did like the television shows and stuff like that because I was a part of one of those, and I didn't know the rules. I was giving things away, but I thought you did like a music type of group of videos. I can't remember. You've been gone so long, and it's been too long anyway. But no, I liked all kind of music. I really did. Like I said, the only time it started to turn me off was in the later rap stuff. You know, the Eminem stuff. I just
Yeah,
it didn't do anything for me.
it was about like the late '80s. I got into classical for about 5 years, and then my brother played the Doors, and I
Oh,
started getting into classic rock. So,
love the
and then I
Doors.
got into jazz after that.
And Robbie mentioned Chicago, Fleetwood Mac, AC/DC, Heart. Yeah, my brother he was the one that got me into Heart because he used to listen to the albums all the time. Top 25 favorite bands. Yeah, I thought you did something like that. Yeah, those classics are well, they're classics, but you look ahead and you wonder, is anybody from Gaga going to be remembered, in 10, 20 years? Or
Oh, today's people?
well, they'll probably like them, but I mean, will they be as embraced as the classic stuff?
Yeah, some people say it's not as good as the old stuff, and I think there's some good stuff and some bad stuff today.
There is. My main complaint when I would always talk about people, they're like, "How come you don't listen to music anymore?" Is that there's nothing melodic anymore about them. There's nothing you can sing. There's nothing you could whistle or hum, which is another thing. Nobody ever whistles anymore. Take note of that. Think about it as you go on with your day. Nobody
Yeah.
ever whistles because none of the popular songs are whistleable, if that's a word.
Oh, my uncle, he lives in a different area now, but he used to like whistle every day, like sing every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very unusual when you hear somebody nowadays whistling. And at least for me, because I used to too all the time. And you're like, oh wow, yeah, like I said, there was melodies to those songs, and a lot of that stuff is not there. Like I was turning into the soul R&B and the country music because that was very melodic. That had some really nice melodies to it, but everything else was Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah,
Oh, Queen. I really like Queen.
yeah, yeah. All that old R&B soul, man. Oh, flashlight. Ohio Players, man. You brought up Prince, the early Prince stuff before Purple Rain. Oh, really interesting stuff.
Do you like Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah, yeah. It's like I like. See, this is another little side topic you could talk about music. At
Yeah.
least with people probably growing up listening to it. But Jimi Hendrix and the Doors,
Oh,
and
Doors.
even who's the guy with the Hawaiian shirt that tours the Deadheads, Grateful Dead.
Oh,
That was sit down, get really mellow, do what you had, music.
two of my cousins have seen the Grateful Dead like 20 something times.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
But
too mellow
you
for me.
know, other music it was different. There was party music, there was dance music, there was party. Like I said, you had a yard party or something in someone's house, and you had all this great music. You would never hear the Doors there or anything, but you would hear all these great dance stuff. Ministry. I got into a big Ministry head for a while, which is that industrial rock stuff. That was interesting. Um, Sing Sing Sputnik, Yellow. I mentioned
I've
Yellow.
never heard of Sputnik.
Sing
What's
Sing
that?
Sputnik.
Yeah, what is that?
If Are you familiar with Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
I think I've only seen scenes from it. I've never watched the whole movie
Okay.
entire.
There's this very right at the beginning of the movie when he convinces his parents that he's staying home because he's sick, and he sits up in bed and says, "They bought it." There's a scene of him going to the stereo, putting the music real loud, opening the shades, and it's a beautiful blue sky. And he's like, "How can anybody want to go to school on a day like this?" And the music is just pounding. It's this synth music. It's great. That's the movie that got me into that music. And then I listened to a whole bunch of stuff. They did music using dialogue from Blade Runner. They did a James Manfield song. Great stuff. But they only lasted. I think they only had 2 hit albums, and then they disappeared.
Do you like Nine Inch Nails or Green Day?
Green Day, I like. 9 Inch Nails. Hold on, hold
Okay.
on, Robbie. I'm doing something here. Um, 9 Inch Nails. I love their music videos.
Yeah.
When they were really starting to come out, I I was big into music videos. I would record them off MTV and watch them every once in a while because it was the next best thing to having a the album or anything. It was you got visual with it too. Black Hole Sun, man, so many great music
Garden.
videos. Yeah, Soundgarden, and those music videos got me into listening to those albums eventually. Because I
Yeah.
really was hooked on the music. Well, that doesn't look like it would be a good link. Because all it says is Hangouts, Hangouts. Unless it goes on with a... Try that, Robbie. That's usually the way we do it all the time. Flashlight. Yeah. Queen, America. Oh, America. I remember I used to have parties in my basement, and I bet that was way back, like I said, when I had a reel-to-reel tape recorder, and you were able to put, geez, depending on the speed of the tape, you could put close to 75, 100 songs on there, and you would just start the tape and let it run all night. And I remember the way I made this one music tape. It started all with party stuff and then rock stuff and this, and then it got very mellow near the end of the tape. And I used a lot of America. And I remember everybody was pretty much gone, and we were just sitting around on couches and talking. And this one guy just says, "Man, this music you put together is amazing." Uh, he's all by himself in a sudden hangout. Oh, he knows how to add me. I don't know. I would think you could just go to YouTube, which is where you're watching, right, and copy the share. Let me try that. Maybe it's a different link. Maybe not. Maybe the share just shares. I don't know if that'll work for you. That's the YouTube share link. So I don't know if that can get you in. Anyway, at least you're here in spirit. Speaking of hurricanes and stuff, anything out in Hawaii that you remember in your past and everything? Did you guys get hit by any major storms out there? Oh, that's probably it. The phone doesn't work. Yeah. Did you hear my last question? I'm asking if anything major hit Hawaii while you were out there. But yeah, music is always a great part. I always say, and there's been a lot of people that says music is like a time machine because you can go on your day, weeks, months, and then you'll hear this one song you remember from the 80s or something, and it'll bring you right back to that time something great was happening in your life,
The Grateful Dead to me is too mellow. I
Well,
like
that's why I'm saying, yeah.
Miles Davis is mellow, but I like his love his music, and John Coltrane's mellow too, but it I can get into it. And Grateful Dead, I don't. My cousin really trying to get me into Grateful Dead, but
Oh, yeah, man. He says 2 years ago he was doing a live stream during a hurricane on a big island. He think he still has video of it called The Aftermath. You should post it, man. I'd like to see it. That had to be nuts. Um, yeah, late '90s. Was it? No, it was the early '90s, late '80s. Probably because I was dating a lot. I kind of got hooked on Sade. Do you remember that?
yeah, Smooth Operator.
Yeah, all those songs. So you're not out tonight going to see it?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I can't afford going out to movies all the time. Sometimes I'll go to the multiplex on a Tuesday because they have a Stubbs rewards card. You pay like some yearly fee, and then when you spend up to $50, they give you, I think, $5 off your movie ticket or
Mhm.
concessions. So I'm the next movie I'm probably planning on seeing in the multiplex is Blade Runner.
Yeah, that might be one that I'm going to go to the theater for.
Yeah. No, I don't really have a desire to see it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Neither.
I guess it's being hyped, right?
Overhyped, if you ask me.
Overhyped. Yeah.
I heard both good and bad on Facebook. So,
Yeah.
uh, they say I hear they rely way too much on CGI effects and not really, not really a good storyline. It's just different scenes here and there, and but I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'll see it when it comes out on video.
I read the book
Hmm.
and I saw the TV movie.
Yeah, me too.
I used to read Stephen King. I read him until like ninth grade, and then after that, I started reading film books and other stuff too. Well, the classics when I was a senior in high school, and then um, like history books and biographies, and like I listen to books on CD sometimes in the car.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the last one I listened to was one on Mao Zedong.
I think the last book on tape I listened to was Jurassic Park.
And did you enjoy the
Yeah, there's a lot of difference in the movie than there was in the book,
yeah?
which they kind of added into the sequel at parts. Not all the way, but at parts. But yeah, I was a big Clive Barker reader, Stephen King, a lot of horror stuff, um, and those is it James Patterson, the Alex Cross books. I
Yeah.
read quite a few of. Um, yeah, in high school it was the classics, all the Dune and things like that, Martian Chronicles,
Oh,
and then and
oh,
then late '90s I just kind of stopped reading. I don't know, maybe because video and everything was there, I just got lazy.
oh. When I say classics, I mean like Dostoevsky.
Oh, that was classics, yeah.
You
See,
know,
I was more of a genre guy, so I was looking at the sci-fi classics.
I read science fiction when I was a little younger than that.
Who Goes There, The Thing story, and what's on with the bugs, Starship Troopers,
Oh, okay.
which is a great book. Movie was close.
And I read some philosophy, like I like Nietzsche.
Hmm.
So
The only classic stuff I got into was when I was doing theater. A lot of Harold Pinter and a lot of things like that. Um, but The books themselves, no, they never really interest me.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really get hooked on them until senior in high school. I
Mhm.
haven't really read any classics really recently. It's mostly nonfiction. It's either film stuff or like history or biography.
Yeah, I got into a lot of those film books too. In fact, I got a Quentin Tarantino book. I got this whole it's a really great book all about the Godfather saga. Um,
I have two books on The Godfather, I think. One's like huge. I, I can't remember the author. And the other one I read, I can't remember the author, but yeah. I have one on the
I,
Matrix that's like this um, comic book storyboards
mm,
with the script with it.
yeah,
There's all these film books I own that I haven't read yet, but that's like one of them I want to read.
Alien. The I think it was just before the movie was released. There was a book like that where it was like comic book frame by frame, but it was actual photos from the movie with dialogue underneath it. I
Oh,
might still have that.
I remember before I owned a VCR, I bought Star Trek 2. It was like, I think it was photos in the movie.
Hmm.
And I think I really like Star Trek 2. I just went through it and through it and through it. I think I wore it out.
I also had just about every Monty Python book that was released.
Oh, yeah.
The first one I believe is Holy Grail, and that was the entire script with a lot of stuff that was cut out of the script.
Oh, there's a good book on,
Jace, welcome.
hello.
Jace, help Robbie and you get into the stream.
There's a book on low budget movies called, I think it's called Fast, Cheap, and Under Control
Hmm.
by Gaspard, I think. And they talk about Racerhead, Holy Grail, um, I think Primer. Have you seen Primer?
Yeah, with the time
Yeah.
gun. The time gun. Yeah. Oh no, Primer. That's the time machine one.
Yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking of with the gun that stops time? The fashion industry. Um, what was that called? Is James Colburn in that? No. Came out in the mid '80s, I think. Looker. It was Looker.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
I thought of Primer or I thought of Looker when you said Primer. No, Primer was. I saw that thing 3 times, and my head was still spinning at the end, trying to put it all together.
It was made for $7,000.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Jace.
Hello.
Hey, man. How you going?
Welcome, man.
Yep. Here we are again.
Yeah, I was bored tonight, and it was either play a video game or start a stream just to see if I can get anybody interested. And I'm not going to go.
I think Robbie's been trying to get in, has he? So I'll try and
Yeah,
get him
and
in.
I guess the link isn't working for him because he's trying to do it through his phone.
Okay, I'll add him in now.
Yeah, if he can get in.
Okay.
But
okay, he's added in now, so all good.
But yeah, we're just talking. I'm not going all night or anything, but I just figure I go on for a couple hours. It's Friday night, and
Chilling out.
that's it. Just chilling out. Patrick, welcome. Yeah, we've been talking about music a lot, basically, in this stream so far.
Okay, cool.
Different stuff we liked listening to growing up and what we kind of listen to now. Talked a little bit about movies, talked about books we used to like reading that we've read. That's kind of where we stop now.
Okay, interesting.
Talked about the hurricane a little.
Okay. Yeah, as I said, I used to read a lot of crime. I still do sometimes read a lot of crime and sort of spy thrillers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I read a lot of the Ian Fleming books, the James Bond books. Yeah.
That was my next question. Have you read most of his books?
Yeah, I have, and they actually are quite different to the movies. I mean, yes, they take some of the story, but a lot of the books are very different to the movies. Yeah,
But they're all pretty much very serious, aren't they?
yeah, they're very serious, and the characters, especially like Felix Leiter, is way more explored in the books than it is in the movies. I mean, most of the movies, Felix is like, he's sort of side ally, but in the
Yeah.
books, he's like quite a main character, and it's pretty good. They're good, interesting books. Yeah,
He's also a chameleon because in a lot of the movies he's played by a different actor.
yeah. Except one actor played him twice. Yeah,
Is that David Hedison? Al Hedison?
yeah. David Hedison played him in Live and Let Die and License to Kill. Yeah,
Which he got his legs eaten by a shark, right?
yeah. He
Yeah.
did. Funnily enough, though, that actually happens in the book. That happens in Live and Let Die, and he actually loses his arm. So for
Oh
the rest
wow.
of the books, he's actually known for his hook arm. So he actually doesn't lose a leg in the books. It's his arm that
Wow.
happens. Yeah.
Because in Live and Let Die, there's that villain with a bad fake arm.
Oh yeah, Teehee. I don't think he's actually. I think he was in the book as well. I know Kananga was the main villain, and Darren Samity, but I'm not. I can't remember if he was in the book. I can't remember. Yeah.
It would be kind of cool to see somebody do serious adaptations of the books. I mean when the series
Here
was
it is.
when the series was going on, it was all pretty much about Hollywood and the stunts and things like that. But
Yeah.
it would be cool to see that the lighter character continue on in certain movies and have, the continuity of he lost an arm in the last one. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I mean, they sort of throughout the movies they sort of did explore a little bit of continuity, but it does not so much in the books. Is more sort of continuity. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Like
Sure.
they feel like a lot of the movies feel just like standalone films in some ways.
How
Yeah.
does Casino Royale compare to the Barry Nelson television special?
The book, the actual book.
Yeah.
I actually
Or,
haven't seen the Barry Nelson thing,
oh,
so
you
I
have?
can't. No, I've only seen. I saw the spoof with Peter Sellers and
Sure.
David Niven. I've seen that, and I've seen. And the book. The book is very much like. It is a little bit even like the Daniel Craig one, somewhat, but it's way more. There's more sort of spy stuff happening. It's more that sort of thing that Ian Fleming was trying to do, because obviously that was, I think, the very first one, Casino Royale, the book. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's more sort of spy thriller, like from Rush of Love. That's more of a
Sure.
spy movie compared to a lot of the others. So
Sure.
that's what that is. Yeah,
You should search out the Barry Nelson one. It's Peter
yeah. I think
Lorre. Peter
Sasha was
Lorre
telling me
plays
about
the
that. Yeah.
yeah, and it's only like an hour long because it was like a TV live television special. But it all takes place in the casino. There's really no other scenes or anything.
Oh, awesome.
It's
Yeah,
really kind
because
of
I
cool.
wasn't a. That's cool. Yeah, because I wasn't really a fan of the spoof movie,
Mm,
like with Peter Sellers. It was kind of
right.
stupid, so I wasn't a fan of that. But only look at it on YouTube. Yeah.
The swinging 60s trying to cash in on the spy films.
Exactly.
Like
Um,
Austin Powers before Austin Powers.
Jace,
Yeah.
it,
Yep.
did Moonraker the novel? Did they actually go to the moon?
They actually not really, because obviously when Ian Fleming wrote those books, it was in the 50s and 60s. But they were actually in the book. It talks about like a rocket that they're going to fire off, but there wasn't any like space battles or anything like that, because obviously, as I said, in that area when he was writing it all, there was no sort of talk about people going to space or anything like that. Obviously, that didn't happen until later on in the 60s or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there was what they did in that particular talk about like a rocket and building a rocket and all that sort of stuff, which was kind of interesting. Yeah.
Well, you did have a lot of the old B movies, with people going into the
Hmm.
space. So I'm sure he wanted to
Yeah.
keep it more serious.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, his writing was very. I mean, they said that Timothy Dalton was actually the closest Bond to the Ian Fleming books. They actually said that. So, and I kind of agree in some ways, because he's sort of even the look of Timothy Dalton's kind of close to the actual books. But yeah, it is what it is.
I just fell in love with the Dalton films because it followed the Roger Moore, which really were very light by the time those ended.
Oh yeah, very, very, very campy, and yeah. Then as it got to the 80s, yeah, they got those two are quite serious movies. You know, as serious as a Bond movie can be, I guess you could say, is it always does have, you know, a few little sort of comedic moments. But yeah, I agree with you there. So
cool.
So I think.
So Jace, what?
There. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to bring it back to the music a little bit. What did you used to like to listen to? What do you still like to listen to?
Music. Well, I like a lot of different types of music. You know, I do like sort of new and old music. So, you know, probably there's not a specific genre. I mean, I do like my techno that you see in, you know, Drive and those sort of movies, but also like, you know, pop and punk rock and sort of alternate indie style. I like that sort of stuff. But I like a lot of things. I even listen sometimes to like the Bee Gees or Bruce Springsteen. I like listening to that.
You were a part of that stream. We did artists.
Yeah, I was.
25 artists. You had like Michael Jackson in there.
Yeah, I love Michael Jackson. Was obviously a big, like when I was growing up, I watched like all his music videos and listening to all his music. So yeah, I mean, I like a lot of current bands, which I'm sure most of you guys probably maybe not heard of, but a lot of older bands and older stuff as well. 80s bands I like, and even 70s and. Even sometimes, like I will listen to like the old 50s and 60s music at times when I'm in the mood. So
I love big band stuff.
Yeah. For me, I don't like a specific sort of type. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Roger. You like big band, like jazz?
Yeah, like Glenn Miller and all that type of stuff. Yeah.
My mother loved that stuff, but I like experimental jazz more so. You know. Mid-late 50s jazz or like early mid-late 70s jazz and some new jazz.
So you did you like what's the dancing one that just came out last year?
The movie
La La Land.
La La Land, thank you.
I didn't see it.
Because that has a lot of
really?
modern, where the band members just go off on their riffs, you know.
Yeah, I got to see that.
Well, that's what the whole movie was about. Half of it, he was Ryan Gosling was trying to be a jazz musician. That's what the whole thing was about.
Yeah, I love that stuff more than I like the big dance numbers in that movie.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. Well, you found it funny. I remember you did that video where when Moonlight won in the Oscars. I remember you did like a reaction to that.
Because I was happy because I didn't think La La Land should have won Best Picture. It wasn't only just Moonlight, but there were other movies that were better, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, as I said, I thought like Hacksaw Ridge or Hell or High Water were my favorites.
Sure.
I like La La Land as well, you know, but I liked Hell or High Water the best. So that's just me.
Great story, great acting, yeah. But for technique, for visuals and everything, you know, Mel Gibson's movie was amazing.
Yeah, it was. That did win a few sound awards, I think, but yeah, it didn't really. A lot of Australian actors in that, actually. It's a good movie.
Oh, Jace?
Yeah.
You seen the new Mad Max, right?
The new one with Tom Hardy, The Fury Road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I've never been that huge into Mad Max to begin with, but I thought it was pretty good. Like I liked, I mean, Tom Hardy really didn't act too much in that. It was probably Charlize Theron was probably the best. Tom Hardy really didn't say that much, but I like, the look of the film was really good. I must admit, you can't question that sort of wasteland look, you know, even in black and white, which I haven't seen the whole thing in black and white. but it looked pretty good in the Neo sort of black and white, which I did see a little bit of. So, but yeah, it's good. It's not totally my type of film, but it's still entertaining. Yeah.
I think I saw the first Mad Max, the original one,
Mel
a
Gibson.
long time ago.
Yeah.
This version, I really enjoyed it. It was like seemed like a nonstop chase movie.
Well, it's
Yeah,
very much.
that's
It's very
basically what
much
it
like
was.
it's very much a remake of the Road Warrior, the second movie, because that's pretty much the final hour is one big chase through the desert.
That's right. Yeah, those looked pretty. I mean, they were okay, those Mel Gibson ones, but I just was never really huge into them. But that's just me. But
I think it's
been a while.
amazing. I think it's amazing George Miller did all three of those movies, and then what was he in his 70s when he did Fury Road?
Yeah, that's
Amazing,
right.
and he still had that filmmaking quality in him, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's fine.
Patrick Zoomer says Mad Max 2, Road Warrior, my almost favorite movie of all time. In the chat.
Okay. Someone said that, did they? Oh, Patrick said that. Yeah, my almost favorite movie of all time. Wow, Road Warrior.
What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just gonna say that's probably the best one out of the trilogy for me. Anyway, is the second one. Yeah. That's just me. There he goes.
So what you been watching lately, Jason?
Well, I mainly rewatches. Just trying to look. I rewatched Death Proof again the other day because I've been going each week. I've been sort of calling it a Tarantino Thursday. So each week I've been watching or rewatching the Tarantino films. So I rewatched Death Proof, which is probably my least favorite of the Tarantino films. It wasn't that interesting, to be honest. I liked Kurt Russell as the stuntman Mike, but yeah, it was kind of not that good compared from memory.
Yeah, I wish.
Now I know why I didn't like it.
I wish he would have stuck with because it's like in two movies. The first half with Stuntman Mike.
Yeah,
with the bar and everything.
And then he's with sort of those other girls, and then he chases after and then that Kiwi, that New Zealand chicken, and Zoe Bell, who's like a stunt girl. She was annoying. Like she's just totally out of, what's she doing there? She's like a New Zealand sort of. Yeah, it's just annoying.
Yeah. Most people like the second half, the whole car chase stuff, but I like the whole.
Yeah, the car chase stuff's cool.
I like the whole mystery of Mike and him picking up these girls and killing them and.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just not as memorable as a lot of the other Tarantino films. Like it's just hasn't got that same dialogue. Like there is some funny dialogue, but there isn't just the same style as a lot of his others. So yeah, but that's what I've been doing, just rewatching them. And I also watched for the first time because since I'm a pretty big Harrison Ford fan, I watched Regarding Henry, which was pretty decent too.
Yeah,
it's sort of unknown, and I think have you seen it? You probably know what it's.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Like it's a little bit of a different role for Harrison Ford because he's usually in these sort of action movies and science fiction, Jones and Star Wars and all that. So it was a good drama. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, especially when he was known as Han Solo, Indiana Jones. And
yeah,
I think he did the Amish movie. What was that thing called?
Witness, which is a great movie. Yeah, that's
and then you see him in something like this, where
Fugitive as well.
Yeah, then you see him in this, and it's he's so keyed down, and there's more acting on his face than anything that goes on.
Definitely. Well, definitely this one and The Mosquito Coast, which is another pretty good film. Those two are really different for Harrison Ford. They're very different roles, which is good to see him a little bit sort of different aspects of his acting. So that was enjoyable. I enjoyed that. So and then pretty much more just rewatches recently.
Who directed Mosquito Coast?
So yeah, that's that.
Was that John Borman?
Peter Weir, I think it was.
Peter Weir.
I'll check it for you, but I think it was.
Didn't Peter Weir also do Emerald Jungle?
No, that's John Boorman.
Oh, that's okay. That's where I'm getting them mixed up.
Yeah, I was right. Peter Weir.
Peter Weir
Peter
did Hang
Witnesses. Yes, you're
Hang on
right.
Picnic Rock.
That's your favorite, is it?
Oh, Picnic at Hanging Rock. No,
Isn't that
one,
like an Australian? Well, there
it
was
is.
something. With, yeah.
It's boring.
Then there's always Bad Day at Black Rock.
Gallipoli is a good film he made too.
Spencer Tracy coming to the killer town.
Yeah. Now the two films that Peter Weir do with Harrison Ford, Witness and Mosquito Coast, they're pretty good.
Mm.
Did you see that, Jason? Did you see the movie? I think it's called Year of Living Dangerously with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I've got that on DVD. Yeah, I've got that's with Sigourney Weaver and Mel Gibson. Yeah, I've got that one.
What do you think of it?
And Linda
I thought
Hunt.
it was pretty entertaining. I haven't watched it for a while. When I did, I found it pretty good. It was surprisingly fun to watch. Yeah.
I think that was the first time we saw Linda Hunt too, because didn't she play like a male?
I think so. Yeah.
She's that real little lady.
Yes, that's right.
I think she played a boy in there.
Yeah, it's sort of forgotten movie. I guess that one, Year of Living Dangerously, doesn't really talk about it. But I mean, there's a lot of films like that, but that's sort of one that doesn't get mentioned at all. But pretty good.
No.
Someone in the chat said Ford is scary in Presumed Innocent. Good movie. Yeah, that is a good movie. That's more of a courthouse movie when he's a lawyer. And what's her name? That Bonnie Bedelia from Die Hard. She's in it too. So, it's a pretty good film. Then someone said favorite Pixar movie.
Random.
I would say Toy Story.
I don't know. I might say Incredibles.
I say Up Incredibles.
Toy Story's up there, though.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of animation, so how about you, Horder? What's your favorite?
I'd probably say Finding Nemo.
Yeah, Finding Nemo. Yeah, it's not a bad one. Yeah. This is probably the that question. A lot of us, I don't know, we watched that many Pixar movies now.
Does anybody ever remember a movie called Osmosis Jones?
Oh yeah,
I don't.
that had
it wasn't Chris Rock or Orlando Bloom.
No, not Orlando Bloom. The Orlando Jones, Orlando something, but
I think it had Sam Jackson in it. It had Bill Murray in the live action scenes.
Yeah, and didn't it have Owen Wilson?
Maybe it did.
Yeah, I remember. That was a bomb.
Yeah, big bomb. I don't remember much of it, but Orlando Jones, is that his name?
Orlando, it was a black dude, right?
Yeah, that's why I thought it was Chris Rock, but no, Chris Rock wasn't around.
Orlando Bloom is the dude from Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the guy from Lord of the Rings. That wouldn't be.
Yeah,
him,
that's not. It's the Orlando. He was like a comedy, but not that famous.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes. 2001 that came out. Chris Rock is in it. He plays Osmosis Jones.
Chris Rock does?
Chris Rock and Lawrence Fishburne. It wasn't Samuel.
Yeah. So that's a question.
William Shatner, Ron
we
Howard.
talked about that before.
Kid Rock.
Is actors or actresses that you get mixed up a lot. And we talked about that a little off air, but I think you weren't there, Roger. That was the night you fell asleep. But
Matt Damon and the guy from The Martian.
that is Matt Damon.
No. Marky Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, you get those mixed up a lot?
See, I just did now. Yeah, those two.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I get Rachel McAdams and Amy Adams mixed up a lot.
Adams, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the '80s, it was Michelle Pfeiffer and
Kim
who's the girl
Basinger.
from which one?
Kim Basinger.
No, the girl from Body Double that married Antonio Banderas. Melanie Griffith.
Oh,
Huh?
Now Melanie Griffith looks like a fish.
Oh yeah, yeah, a little bit.
Those big halogen
Blonde.
lips.
I think.
There was something.
Jack Nicholson and Christian Slater.
Really?
Okay, now
Wow.
I need to go.
Well, they used to say when Slater was starting to get popular that all he was doing was a Jack Nicholson impersonation.
Yeah, I think I remember that, but
There was a lot of talk.
Like, one's way older, could be his dad.
Oh sure. Oh
Well,
sure.
I always get confused when those superhero ones like Chris Evans and I think Chris Pine and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Chris Pine.
Yeah, those ones I get confused with.
Yeah.
'Cause they're all, same.
They both starred in the same movie. I think it was Major League, but for the longest time, it was Tom Berenger and Corbin Burnson, man.
Yes. And you watch. Is it Berenger who was in Platoon?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the bad one.
and
in
then throw a
Platoon.
third person in there, William Dafoe. All three of those guys, I was confused.
Oh man, Berenger, that makeup, that scar makeup on his face. It was like,
Yeah.
who is this guy? And then you found out, and it was like, wow, great
Yeah.
makeup.
Yeah, that was a good movie, Platoon too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Chris Pine and Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you
Culture
said-
trainee.
No, Chris Pine.
Oh, Chris Evans.
Chris
Yeah.
Evans.
That's
Chris
right.
Pratt.
Chris Creeping.
There he is.
I'm surprised how much Chris Pine looks like actually William Shatner. When they casted him for the first Star Trek remake, I was like, my God! And the same with the guy who played Dredd, looks just like Bones. I was like, they really tapped into the lookalikes.
Yeah.
Blu-ray hoarder. You live in Hawaii?
Yes.
Oh, what time is it there right now?
It's about 6 o'clock.
In the
6 p.m.
PM. Okay.
PM.
Yeah, I'm
PM,
almost
yeah.
behind.
We're in the future.
6 o'clock. That's yeah.
Hey, Jace, do you ever have any crazy weather going back to the hurricane?
Yeah. Speaking of that, not really over here. No. I mean, yeah, we get the occasional thunderstorm or sort of, but nothing like we get some crazy sometimes winds as well, but nothing like that. No.
Okay.
You have to probably go more up north, and they get pretty horrific weather up there, but nothing as dangerous as that. Like no twisters or
Major
really serious.
sandstorms?
Pretty safe. Nah, nothing like that.
Nothing
You're
like
pretty safe over here. I mean, yeah, as I said, go up north or go probably middle of Australia where they get a lot of sandstorms. But yeah, no, this is pretty safe.
More droughts than anything.
Yeah, more droughts. I mean, over here we've had a pretty good rain season. It's been raining a lot during winter. So, but yeah, over the years there has been like a, where you could only water your garden like once. It used to be twice a week, and then during the summer sometimes only once. Just depends. But so far this year and I think last year as well,
Hey,
there's a
Cooper
lot of
Clever.
rain in the winter.
There's
So
your
it's
boy.
good.
There's your boy in the chat.
Dean's here.
Yeah.
Dean's here, man. There
Hey,
you are, man. That's oh, there you go, man.
Click the link.
Wow.
Hey, so the reason why I brought up that drought, I don't know if Roger, you seen that Australian movies in the 70s called Wake and Fright?
no, I've heard of it. Never seen it though.
It's good. I really liked it.
Yeah, I have to watch that. That's on YouTube, I think, isn't it? I think you told me it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I have to watch that.
Another two actors I
Yeah,
always
no,
got
you're right about the droughts. Definitely in the farmers, especially up north, they get a lot of droughts.
another two actors I always got confused with was C. Thomas Howell and John Cryer.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's a good one. And that other kid,
Chris
from
Makepeace?
the one that just one of the guys, the brother, that little kid,
Oh, what's his name?
Patrick Duffy? No, not
Patrick
Patrick
Duffy?
Duffy.
No.
No. Something.
Yeah.
But
What
yeah,
is
those
this?
little comedies of the 80s. Is
Yeah.
actors you get mixed up. You get
License to Drive.
Back.
Oh, okay. Corey Haim.
Corey
and-
Feldman, right?
No, not them two.
No?
There was Corey Haim and then another who starred in that White Squall or White River Rafting.
White Squall was the Ridley Scott film with the boys on the ship.
Yeah, but he was kind of like a chubby kid too. Who's the guy that's still alive? Lord of the Rings.
Ian McKellen?
Fuck, the kid, the Hobbit.
Oh.
Dude.
You mean Patty Duke and Sean Astin?
That's it. Sean Astin and Corey Haim. I always got mixed up.
Yeah. Who's the guy that's still alive? Aren't they all?
Yeah,
Well, what's his name died?
yeah, the elf dude.
Christopher
died.
Lee.
Oh, Christopher Lee, yeah. But I don't think he looks like Corey Haim.
I wasn't listening. I was looking at
No,
the.
when they were kids,
Correct.
man, they looked alike.
Well, Dean says he was on with me and Jace before maybe over a year, but
Oh yeah, it's been a long time.
didn't you stop in like my fall asleep chat?
No, he wasn't there.
He
No,
wasn't? I
I
thought
don't-
he popped in.
No, definitely not.
Maybe he popped in while you were sleeping.
Maybe, and I
Yeah.
dreamed it.
Dreams.
Maybe I just
Yeah, maybe you dreamed that he came in to hang out. No, it's been a while. I think it's been over a year, to be honest. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, since Dina DVD's been on.
It's,
I've
well,
been
I've been
asking
on
you
Hangout.
about him. You've been asking about him, Cooper Clover. Now's your time.
Yeah.
Now's your time.
Drum roll. Yeah, that was
The
back
time
in a whole nother
Come.
group of people stream.
That's where I saw you, Roger, and Angel Tarragon and Skin Slip,
Yeah.
and Dina DVD.
Holy
was on there,
fuck.
too.
That was one of my first. And you guys,
That's when no one could get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
You got Skin Slip Rogers, like,
Skinslip was yelling at me.
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Batu joined us.
No, because me and Dean and what's in Aaron Penn, we were doing a Bond hangout, but then we never got around to doing it. Like,
Yeah, I
'cause,
remember you had
unfortunately-
internet problems. I was like,
yeah, the one
hyped
day,
up.
man, like I was all set up with the guys, and then they was sort of fixing our broadband over here, like the whole area, so it's stuffed up.
Wow.
So never got.
I did see Aaron Penn on with you, Roger, and the other guys. That's right.
Yeah, Aaron's been a long time ago since I've been
Yeah,
with
that was probably over a year ago. That was when Fella Guy used to scream with Aaron Penn and you and everyone else.
Hey, I sent a package to Aaron Penn. I think it was the end of last year.
Did he ever do an
okay.
unboxing?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, you got to be consistent. Send one.
Very
down.
knowledgeable guy, that's for sure. Yeah.
Did you ever get a return, Kubrick?
Oh no, he didn't send me anything. No. I sent something to Dean too. So Those are only 2 people I've sent stuff to so far.
Yeah.
No, that was the good old days, Roger. Remember, like nearly every night there was streams happening, man.
Yeah.
Every night. There was a lot of streams.
I'm not gonna share things, but I remember one of them. Somebody got really out of control because of drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking. You guys had to shut it down like real fast.
Oh, you weren't there though. You weren't on that one.
Roger, but he was watching. Roger was.
I was watching
it live. I was watching it live.
He was. There was a lot of people watching it, man. That was on my channel. Yeah.
That was hate speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a few. Let's just say this.
Man,
let's just say this. There was a few memorable characters on that stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still on YouTube?
No,
unfortunately, like the problem was like now I regret it. Like at the time, I'm just like I got to get this off. I got to like turn it off and like delete it. But in hindsight, I wish I did keep it. For entertainment value. But yeah, at the time, you're just not thinking about that. It's just like let's get this off because it was getting pretty bad. To be honest, it wasn't good.
I mean, sometimes I guess when you're on the live stream and things get heated, you forget your broadcasts.
Sure.
So it's just whatever pops in your head.
You forget you forget
you
forget you're drinking like a fish and fall asleep in front of the camera.
Yeah. Well, yours was like tame. I mean, at least you didn't get mad like that.
Yeah.
That particular.
Oh
no. That was.
Yeah.
Yours was tame compared to that.
Man.
I watched that thing and I get up and my eyes are like.
Yeah, and it's funny because you had like a huge mark on your eye because you've been like leaning down on the keyboard.
No, but did you hear us commentate? I go, I bet you he'll be up in the next 5 minutes, and then bingo, you were up.
Subliminal, dude. Seriously, I had no idea that went to morning because all of a sudden I got this phone call from my boss, and he said I was going to call you at 10 a.m. And I was like, what are you calling me at like? And I remember saying, oh, it's still light out. No, that was the sun coming up.
Wow.
I
lost. You were like, I think you lost trace of time during that.
Totally.
Stream,
totally. You were trying to argue with me. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's nighttime still.
Because, man, I remember you started about 11 o'clock in the morning my time because I was still like working and stuff. And then I came on about 1 o'clock my time in the afternoons, and then we didn't get off until
then you
way
fell
later,
asleep at the end.
At the very end. But then I woke up and said to everyone that I'm going to bed. So, well, I sort of wasn't totally asleep, but I was sort of like drifting in and out, sort of thing. But then,
yeah, but that's crazy. I mean, I saw you like last night with Sasha. Like Sasha was doing a live stream. Like he did like 3 of them yesterday, and then I woke up, I saw you guys talking, and I was like just about zonked out, so I didn't type anything.
No, I told Sasha because I sort of worked out through him now. He knows how to get to the area that I add you in now. So, because I said to him, like, if we're only just talking normally, we don't need to do it live stream, we just, it's different now because there's like 4 or 5 of us, but I said to him, if we just want to talk normally, we can just go on like a hangout call.
He has to.
So
he
understands
the
that
time
now.
zones though, because I got like an invite at 4 o'clock a.m. my time. You can't just call people up at 3 a.m. just because it's noon your time. You know what I mean?
He never sleeps.
That's the time zones.
I don't think he ever sleeps.
Exactly. I'm like, wow. I wouldn't be surprised he was on earlier with LJ. I wouldn't be surprised if. He should be sleeping now.
He does those 8-hour streams, man. Those 7-8 hour streams. I remember seeing him like in the early afternoon, and I wrote a couple comments, and then I went and watched like a movie or two in television. Come back, they're still talking. It's like, what?
Well, you did it too.
Well, yeah, that night, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes if you get.
No, I've sorted it out now. As I said, now that I've showed him how to do the Google Hangout thing without going on air, he knows now like how to do it. So I was showing him how to do that, so he doesn't have. I said to him, if you're doing topics, it's all right, but if you're just like not really talking about it, you just want to chat, you can just go off air. You don't need to live stream all the time. So I think he's worked that out now, which is good, because he didn't realize how to do that at first. So I think it's fine.
Sasha's video?
No, Dean's still
Was
there.
that?
He might be.
Yeah.
Sasha might be sleeping now. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
He probably is, because it's like
guarantee
UK time. It's in the middle of the night. So I think it's 5 in the morning in UK. So he's probably asleep still.
5 hours ahead of me. Yeah.
Yeah. And LJ did like an hour and a half stream today.
Yeah, he does his usual 9:40, because he was saying to me, LJ was saying like in the stream yesterday, like, oh, you should jump in. I was like, dude, it'll be like 3 or 4 in the morning by the time you start streaming, so I'll be asleep. I did get up a little earlier to look at the tennis, but not that early.
Did you see Sasha's video? Rod was seeing it.
His home movies, yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked so
Yeah.
different, young.
Now he was showing me like all the covers as well. So I liked his Bond covers. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, between him and LJ, they really go into making their own custom covers.
Yeah.
I
I know how you feel about that.
standard sort of covers. Roger's thing, but hey, it doesn't matter. Everyone each their own.
Yeah. I was saying I couldn't care if there was a slipcase or not, you know. Just give me the movie.
So does Dean if he's still there, does he do like LPs as well, or just like board game stuff?
Oh, Dean?
Yeah, does he do like LPs as well, like Let's Plays?
He's done a few with Falagar, you know,
Okay.
Overwatch, and well, he can answer. But yeah, he's done a
He's
few.
still there. I'd just be interested to see what he's been doing.
They're on his channel. I think they're still on his Dean of Games channel.
Okay, yeah, I remember him playing a long time ago. He was playing like a golf game with Falagar. Long time ago. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
Dean, are you still vaping? I don't think you're vaping. Are you vaping? I haven't seen you be vaping on your videos.
Yeah, not on the videos. I haven't.
Yeah, all vape. Gee, yeah, all I look on my letterbox, all I see is people watching it. Everyone's been watching it.
Yeah, Travis, we're talking about you. Dean says, you talking about me? Nobody else?
Yeah.
That's his name, Travis?
No, Travis is Travis Bickle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured you stopped vaping.
No, he said he stopped vaping a while ago.
Yeah. You finished all your taquitos?
No, I'm going to have a couple tonight. Hey, got a credit card.
All right. Let's run it up.
Oh,
How much is on it?
Do some
Ooh,
shopping on Amazon.
$700 credit limit. I could pay most of my rent. Wonder what interest is. Oh well. Uh-oh, who fell over?
yeah, there we go.
Who fell over?
Not me. I'm all good.
Sure sounded like somebody fell out of the chair.
Did you see Patrick said I went over to the channel of Skin Slip and that was some kind of experience.
He said, Dean of Games said, I played Overwatch with Falagar on stream before he sold his Xbox. Oh, so he sold his Xbox. Wow. Some kind of experience.
Then he must have sold all his games too.
Yeah, he must have.
I have to look.
Easy money.
I'll look on his bunk bed.
Well, I'm not going to say nothing. We're online. Rip those bills. Rip them up.
I guess the hurricane already hit the Florida Keys right now.
Then that would be that George. Isn't he in Florida? George, he'd be copping it.
Oh, is it George?
I think he is.
We
Yeah,
were
he's
also
in Florida.
seeing
Brian goes blue.
Yeah.
Ryan Chataway, yeah. Hopefully he'll be okay.
He's doing a vlog of the dealing with the storm. He's at a store. There's like hardly any bread left on the shelf.
Oh, they're
Oh, really?
are fighting over bottled water.
Shit. It's an apocalypse in Florida.
And then there was an earthquake in Mexico.
Yeah. The end of the world as we know it.
I feel fine.
Because I'm in the center of the state.
Oh, you just
So
got.
Dane looks like Dane's been watching his Criterions.
You're
He
in
said,
Chirac.
That's cool.
Yeah, Chirac. Yeah, I can
you
get
gotta
shot.
worry about bullets.
Yeah.
Not debris, but bullets and fists.
Flying bullets. Ah.
Every day, people are fighting over bottled water.
Yeah, that's true.
It's nuts here, man.
So
I don't know if you guys.
It is as bad as they say it is.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys get the just the reports every like weekend, Monday morning. They're like 25 shot, 30 shot.
That's crazy, man.
12 dead. Every single weekend.
But between where you and Sammy lives, I mean, from what I see from Sammy, like he lives in a pretty suburban neighborhood, kind of like I don't see any of that,
The only major thing that's ever happened near Arlington Heights, where I'm like 10 minutes away, is somebody found half of a body in a dumpster.
Oh, half.
Half, like from the waist up.
Damn.
And like a few weeks later, they found the second half, but it was like miles away in a whole nother area.
The second half in Sammy's closet.
In his closet.
That's he's still talking about. Yeah, that is him anyway. Okay, it's still talking about Criterions. That's fine.
But yeah, you go anywhere near the city or the south side. There are videos on YouTube. You could just.
Yeah. Oh no, I've seen. I don't know.
You could have. There'll just be a guy outside videotaping, and you just hear. It sounds like the 4th of July, and it's like no.
It was Chicago or Detroit, but there's a video of some guy at night just driving into the worst neighborhoods, and it's just people out just blocking in the middle of the street. They're having just drinking, and cops are doing nothing. This is crazy.
Cops are driving by real fast. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all nervous themselves, man. You got people with them ATVs and bikes with Christmas lights on. It's just ridiculous.
It really is nuts.
Roger, do you live in the same area?
I live 5 miles away from Sammy.
Oh
wow!
If you know who that is. And as long as I've known him, which is 3 years. How long have we been on? 3 years.
2 years for me.
I've never met him. I've never.
That's a shame.
Never ran into him, huh?
No, well, he doesn't go far because he'll get lost.
Yeah, Yeah, no, that'd be cool because I remember you guys were talking like ages ago about meeting up. That would be a cool video.
Oh
to
yeah,
see.
I had an whole idea because I'm a big filmmaker kind of guy or parody guy, and I told him, I says, we'll do an out and about, and we'll have your brother film us, and we'll do a what is it? Blue tubers in cars. Blue tubers in cars getting movies. Like the Seinfeld thing.
Yeah.
Stars and cars getting coffee or something, and he didn't want to do it. He just kept. No, I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
one thing, just say, hey, let's go to the buffet on the casino.
Well,
that'll
yeah.
be.
It'd be there.
Yeah, maybe there.
Crab legs.
Yeah, you got to go
That's
to
where
the. Roger's got to go to the boat. That's where you'll find him.
I still can't believe how much that guy can eat. Because he'll do one of those videos and he's got like slabs of crab legs, and then he's got this big filet mignon and steak, and it's like, where do you put it? I have one piece of steak this big and I'm stuffed, and I'm a big guy. He eats it all up.
I mean, I eat quite a fair amount as well, but yeah, that was huge amounts he was eating. I was like, damn, wow, hungry.
Yeah, those buffets,
into
man.
seafood much
Every
myself.
time I plan to do damage, it's like, yeah, I can't.
Plan to do damage.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna get my money's worth, but man, a couple plates, it's done.
I mean,
It's like, I guess the rule is don't go for like sides, potatoes, bread.
right.
Yeah, that's
Don't
the trick.
drink until you're really thirsty, but get your proteins.
Back when my parents and my brother, when I lived in the city, we used to go to the poor man's buffet, which is called Country Buffet.
Oh yeah.
And you would go there, pay $12, and it's all you can eat. And you want to keep going up and get more and more food, but it just fills you up.
Someone said that there's some type of spray that they spray on to make you fuller. I don't know if that's true.
Wow, that would be cool.
But
my buddy and I, it was in the 90s, early 2000s, Red Lobster used to have a special 1 month a year where it was all you can eat crab for like $20.
Wow.
And we went there twice for 2 years. We went there, and we had no problem pounding down 7, 8, 9 giant plates of crab legs. And we found out that the next year they canceled it because they were losing way so much money.
Yeah, because
people just kept eating and eating and eating. So I wouldn't doubt it that they're spraying something on the food to make you eat less.
Yeah, we had Red Lobster, all you can eat shrimp, and then they would have various types: popcorn shrimp, shrimp scampi, garlic shrimp, and we did much damage because they kept offering us the lobster biscuit rolls.
Oh, those fill you up.
Yeah, exactly. Those were so dense, and we were like, okay, don't eat any of those. And then they had some dishes with the pasta, and I was like, no, don't fuck with those. Just get the shrimp, man.
Just give me a giant bowl of shrimp scampi.
30 plates of shrimp, bro.
Yeah, give me a giant bowl of shrimp scampi, and I'm happy. Garlic shrimp scampi.
You guys got Olive Garden over there? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they got like endless.
That's another thing with all the pastas.
Yeah, but breadsticks and salad, it's delicious. You could just go there and then order a soup, and then just get unlimited breadsticks and salad, and with your $5 soup, and eat $30 worth. Do you guys have drive-ins where you're at existing anymore?
You mean like hamburger joints where the girl brings the food out to you?
But like theater drive-ins.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we do. We got one more left near. Actually, it's like 5 or 10 minutes away from me. It's the only one left in Perth. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got rid of everything in Chicago.
You have
they got one left.
You have any, Mr.
Me?
Wilder?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe there's one in New York. I don't know.
Oh, all the way
Not
in New
near
York.
me. No, not near me. Maybe there's
Yeah,
one with my brother. I don't know.
that's when I like most of my childhood memories. My dad would always sneak us into the drive, and we we had one of those. I I call them raper vans with no windows. We would
She a
hide.
real big girl. Can you help
We,
me move the couch in here?
we would hide in the back and under blankets
Buffalo
and
Bill.
stuff. There was like how many of us? 4 of us kids, and my dad would always sneak us in. And he was a bad alcoholic. He would always fill up his, you know, I remember filling up his cup with cans of Budweiser, like when he was driving. Man, it was crazy. But we would like actually go out. They would check too. They got suspicious, and then they would just the security would walk by and kind of see if there was extra people. But my brother, he would always go on top of the van and just have like a pillow and a sleeping bag and watch the movies from up there. Um, but man, I watched so many good movies, like because you get two as a double feature,
Yeah.
and so. But I would never make it through the second one because it'd be like, past midnight by the time the second one starts.
Those are the good old days because, well, yeah, because the features wouldn't start until maybe
Until it got
8:39.
dark, and then in the summertime, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it was like
8:30, 9
9
o'clock they
o'clock.
would start, and it's
But I would always go to sneak to the what do you call that place? The little snack bar thing.
oh yeah, the lobby.
And oh man, I would be
Go
playing like Street Fighter and all these retro video games.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and then I remember getting lost coming back. I was like maybe 6 or 7, and I didn't know where we were parked. And I was walking up and down for like a good hour of like, where the fuck are we? Getting scared.
Good one, Dean.
But I remember seeing Bloodsport. Is that an heartwarming story?
Yeah.
The Raper Van. Dan's cup would be hurt. Oh yeah, we would fall asleep and then wake up and he was sleeping, and then we were the only ones there. Man, we had to wake him up. Till this day, I don't think he might have gotten in trouble, but I don't remember him ever being locked up or anything. But he would always
That's
do it.
cool. Yeah.
Very, very rarely did I ever drink and drive. And that was like back in the 80s when I would go to dance clubs and you would stop at White
Dancing
Class.
Roger.
You would stop at White Castle or like Mr. Sub just to soak up that alcohol.
Yeah.
But no, I've had horrible times where I'm driving and I have to keep one eye closed so I can keep the center line to my left.
Yeah, yeah.
Bad times. That was scary stuff.
As I said, it's amazing how there's still a driving like so close to me still. It's still running. It's actually a family-owned business, and they still make burgers there and candy and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's one.
But,
I think 1 or 2 left where I'm gonna be moving back to in Washington, and
nice.
that's one thing that I love
nostalgic.
doing just because it's nostalgic. But
yeah,
it's like you get to bring your own food. McDonald's, it's way cheaper than going to a theater. I mean, you pay what, $10 for 2 movies? Shit.
Yeah, I wonder if drive-ins would let you bring like a little barbecue outside your car and cook some dogs or hamburgers.
Oh, I've never seen that. I don't think it's allowed.
Like what do they call the gate parties for football games and stuff?
Yeah, I don't think so because I mean, I don't know, maybe because of the fire thingies. It's not like
Yeah.
a contained area, or it's like if you're tailgating, it competes with their
Tailgating.
Concession stand.
Still, I mean, yeah, if you bring like, as you said, McDonald's or a burger or something, that's still
Yeah,
good,
pizza.
Still nice.
It's good.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not paying
Yep.
I mean, other than popcorn, it's like I'm not gonna buy candy for
Yeah.
$10, like when you can get a
Yeah.
pack of
That's
red
like that
vines
here
for
too.
a couple of dollars at the
Yeah.
drugstore.
Mm. Yeah, the candy at the cinemas is way more. It's the same thing, but it's way more expensive at the
Yeah.
cinema than it is at the store.
And they would have like good movies, like they would match them up good. Like for instance, he says that they have the Dark Tower playing,
Mhm.
but that would be cool. Like if it was playing with it, they probably have a double
Yeah.
showing of that with it
Yeah.
because it's kind of
Yeah,
related.
Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's related, but they would do that with superhero movies. Like
Yeah.
I remember they did that back in the day with like Incredible Hulk and one of the Batman movies. Not one of the Batman movies, but I think it was both Marvel. Something similar.
Well, sometimes I think what they did here too, they showed like a newer movie and then they showed like an old classic movie. Like the second movie would be like an older classic movie, sometimes related to the new one, or sometimes just
really?
classics. Yeah.
Or
That's what they did as well.
Or older days, like when you would get like Invasion USA and then like a Steven Seagal movie. They would combine them. Like here's your action.
I remember watching. Oh, this was back when I was like 4 or something. It was like Friday the 13th Part 3 or 4 or 5. But we were watching. I don't know. Let's just say like it was like Good Morning Vietnam, or it was a Michael Keaton movie, or Gung Ho. That's what my dad wanted to watch, but I could see the Friday the 13th screen on like really close because it was like we were on the borderline between both, and then I would be just watching all the naked tits and stuff. It's like that's how I became a man.
Yeah, this is the day I became a man.
And Tony,
yeah, those things are very nostalgic, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What's here we go. Change the subject. What's the first movie you've ever seen that had boobs in it?
Damn, what?
Damn, yeah, that's going.
That's hard, but I'm gonna say.
Damn.
I know it's not, but the one that I just was amazed at and like really like kind of chuckles is The Entity. Barbara Hershey.
Yeah.
Barbara Hershey's when she was the ghost or whatever it was pressing on her titties. It was like, dude.
What a weird effect too. It was like the rubber.
Stood out. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at this motherfucker just wake up.
Who's that?
LJ.
LJ.
Good morning, LJ.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, it might actually be.
You're like Little Mermaid.
No. It definitely wouldn't be in the movies. It'd be like a VHS. It'd probably be. It actually might be Linda Hamilton in the first Terminator. It actually might be. Yeah.
Oh, they show her breasts?
Yeah, was she topless?
They do. Yeah, they do. Remember?
I don't remember.
Kyle Reese. Yeah, definitely.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me check. No, kidding.
Yeah, no, they do. That you can definitely put it this way. It's a little bit dark with the DVD, but with the Blu-ray, you can definitely.
Hey, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring back Extremely Retro, and we're gonna have our top 25 favorite nude scenes. Adults.
Donstar joining. Yeah, 18 plus.
I could say one of my most memorable ones, of course, is the Phoebe Cates one.
Oh yeah, Fast Times.
That one was really uncomfortable because I saw that one with like family members.
Yeah, I can
Like we
imagine.
thought it was like a comedy, and then all of a sudden that was like,
And then Jason Lee is in it too. You see
yeah,
that?
Jason Lee's got nice ones too. But I
I'm at,
bet you John Steele and all them, Leroy would probably say something to do with Pam Grier.
yeah.
I'm sure they would.
I would, well, because I'm old, 1970,
Yeah.
House That Screamed is the one where I first saw boobs for the first time, and it's like a Mexican horror film, and it was also don't die there, Robbie.
No,
It
I'm
was.
just like someone just coming in, and you're like, I saw boobs for the first
This is the first time I saw boobs. It also was the first time I saw what bondage was all about, because that was the first time they had a girl getting whipped by another girl. And I was like, what the heck is this stuff?
Hey, Patrick goes, here in Holland, Dutch produced movies always have titties and also dongs.
Yeah. Didn't
No, that's
not
Oh
full cheek.
shit! The first dong I saw.
Oh, dongs.
Of course, it was Sleepaway Camp for me in a movie because I was little. But I remember
You were like, what is that?
watching one. And, yeah, I was a little confused. You're a part monster.
Is that an octopus?
Got a fucking alien hugger on that motherfucker.
Does she have a tail in front?
There was a Cher movie, and I don't know, it was uncomfortable again because I was at my aunt's house and my parents were there and we were watching. It was a Cher movie. Was it Suspect? It was one movie about like some lawyer and whatever, but they had like this love scene, and he got buck naked, and you know they're all laughing because it showed ass, and then he turned around and my mom was screaming and covering my eyes. Don't look.
I think I found my brother's porn collection
Hey.
early on, and that was my first time seeing anything like that. I can't think of any movies that had a dong in it from like the early 60s or 70s.
Look at Dana Games said later, guys.
Sorry, we're too offensive, Dean.
Damn. All right, back to titties.
It's funny.
No, I don't know Dick Mass.
No, but yeah. But all those ones, even like Caddyshack, they're all very like raw at the time. For its time, they're all very
Sure.
risque.
Didn't Porky's have a lot of nudity?
Yes, that
Yes,
was
it did.
uncomfortable too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I remember even watching that.
Yeah, I remember my aunt was like making a big deal when they kind of implied a boner under the sheets
Yeah.
or under the blanket.
When
That's right.
did Barbarella come out?
But even all those
Like
like National Lampoon ones, they all had that in it too.
Does Barbarella have a lot of nudity?
Just at the opening credits, and that was 68. So I saw that before I saw this House That Screamed movie. Yeah, and
Barbarella, that's where they got the name Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Characters. I never saw it.
Yeah, Barbarella it's an outer space campy, really campy.
Jane Fonda
Hey,
movie.
Kubrick, you never answered what was the first on-screen.
Oh, first boobs.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I when Jace mentioned Terminator, that's probably the first one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the opening credits of Barbarella, Jane Fonda is floating in space, taking off her spacesuit, and she's totally naked underneath.
Oh,
And
okay.
you see a couple boobs, but the credits are like moving, and they're trying to cover them as she's moving. So it's very titillating. Oh, Natural Geographic, of course, Dave.
David Capra. Yeah, there you go. Dang, you got a good bunch of people watching now. That's cool.
Sure. We're getting some regulars in here.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, you start mentioning certain things and people jump on.
Yeah, boobs. Dave likes his
Yeah.
boobs.
You're getting everybody from every country. People like hanging on for dear life in Florida watching.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Someone said
Yeah,
boobs.
shout out to the people in Florida. Huh?
I think maybe the next stream I'll do, I'll just have it totally open again. Maybe we'll get Batu or somebody in here.
Holy cow. Please don't.
Just get strangers dropping in.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
you do send a link so people, but no one seems to be able to get in apart from me. It's weird.
The link that destroys most live streams where you get people like that is if you post it like on Twitter, because I know someone
Twitter or
who posted it on
yeah.
on Twitter, and then one of his followers in the Middle East showed up, and it was like so awkward. People were like scared. I don't know why, but
I think he was like Middle Eastern, and then he started talking about buying drugs or something. It was like Skin Slip was like, "It's time to let this guy go. Get rid of this guy."
Yeah, eject.
Yeah, we had a few people like that. I remember back in the day, a few people just randoms jump in.
Oh, and then we had a random like fake accounter. You know how they do fake accounts, but he would like be quick about it too. He would, since he had the link and we blocked him, he would like imitate all of us, like steal our profile picture and try to make it all confusing.
Yeah. Well, I had that problem myself, but I knew that was that one of those younger guys.
Yeah.
That was what's that dude's name? I can't even remember now. No, I can't remember. But yeah, he did that too.
Didn't you go to a fest? What do you have a first name, Kubrick Lover?
Yeah, Brian.
Brian with the Y or I?
An I.
Oh, an I. Didn't you go to like some kind of festival?
Was that on this stream? I was talking to Roger about it.
No, you were talking to Sasha on earlier stream. I think that was yesterday. I'm confused now because someone's always streaming.
I was on for about half an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a film festival I'm involved in. It's weekly film festival at this local theater. So it's every Wednesday, so I go to that.
Yeah. You watch a movie?
That's why I had to leave. Yeah,
Which one was it?
And sometimes the filmmakers are there, or what?
Which one was it this week?
I
don't even remember.
My memory's so bad sometimes. What did we watch? Oh, it was shorts. It was eclectic shorts. It was a bunch of. There was a series of like 6, I think, movies that had the same characters in them. They were in Uber cars.
So is it new movies or older movies or any?
Yeah, basically new movies, but we're showing some older movies too. We're going to show The Sweet Smell of Success soon.
Oh, that's a great movie. I enjoyed that. Yeah, watched that on Criterion.
Yeah, and then a few weeks ago we showed The Third Man. The director of the festival, he borrowed my DVD to show that. So, I watch films for him. I'm one of the screeners, so I rate cinematography, writing, directing, acting, pacing, sound and music. Then I put some comments in. I say accept, pass, question mark, or award worthy. And so he has a bunch of people look at these films, and then he decides if he's going to show them at the festival. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And then, like in the past, I used to go to stores around town and hang up posters and leave postcards it didn't start off as a weekly film festival. It started off as a yearly film festival. And then it was in some Connecticut towns, and now it's basically in the same town. And but it also goes to another New Haven. It goes to last few years, I think. I didn't go to New Haven, but yeah, it's been around since 2005. So yeah,
Sounds interesting. Huh?
yeah. So.
Yeah, that Sweet Smell of Success, that was a pretty good film noir sort of movie. It was good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Criterion just recently, and yeah, Tony Curtis and Burt Lancaster were really good in that film.
Yeah, my friend has a copy of the Criterion.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a digipack sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Have you guys ever had to remember sneaking into a particular movie?
Oh,
as a kid because of
yeah.
either not having enough money or underage?
I remember two.
Maybe underage one.
I remember I saw Star Trek 2, and my brother and my father, I think it was my brother, wanted to walk in to see Annie. So, and then the other one was, I don't know what film it was we were seeing, but then they had in the next theater over, they had the one with Richard Dreyfuss and Little Richard and Nick Nolte. Oh, Down and on Beverly Hills, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
What's the ending of that there? Yeah, but not usually, you know.
Yeah. Well, I remember a funny story when I was in Scotland. You know, we sort of, because we had family over there and that, but we just went into town, and me and my dad and my brother would, you know, said, "Oh, we'll just go to a movie." They actually didn't even let me and my brother in, and we're only going to see, I think we were going to see Mission Impossible 2, and even with my dad, they wouldn't let us in because we weren't over 12 at the time. It was crazy. Yeah, like, what? Because over here, you can go into any movie, any M movie. I mean, when it's MA, you have to be 15 and over, but I mean, the 12 movie, we had to be, and I was only 10 at the time. Yeah, even with my dad there, they didn't let us in, so it was crazy over there. So they're pretty strict in UK, I think.
Wait, you snuck in?
No, we just like did something else. Well, forget it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just couldn't believe it because in Australia, it doesn't matter, you know, you just go in.
I remember not because they're underage, but because it was easy to like sneak into like another showing. So we would buy a ticket, but we would like, you know, if we were bored with the one that we
Theater jump.
Yeah, so we would do that a lot. If you know, we would leave the theater like 5 minutes before it ended, so there was no foot traffic, and then we would just jump in another showing. And I remember, I think it was Above the Rim that we snuck into because we bought a ticket for Clifford. Oh, I hate that movie, so stupid. The one with Martin Short and I forget his name, but the dad from Beethoven. 15 minutes we couldn't get. This is like the stupidest movie we ever saw. So we jumped in to Above the Rim and stuck in there. And I remember that one. And then I remember a movie that we walked out of because it was like it was horrible acting. Final Analysis, I think it was, with Richard Gere and
Oh, that movie. I know which one. I can't remember the actresses.
Ellen Barkin or Kim Basinger, maybe.
It's Kim Basinger. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Kim Basinger, I think, rings a bell.
Say that one chick from Risky Business. Rebecca De Mornay. But
De Mornay. Yeah.
It was like, the acting was so bad. We just started laughing. People were like, yelled, like kind of yelling at us. Shh, shh. So we just left. Roger's getting tired. I saw he was almost dozing off.
Didn't even notice I was on the chat. He wasn't even looking at the.
No,
screen.
he was kind of dozing off. He was dozing off, so unless he's trying to, if he laid down, it's over.
Yeah. Roger?
He can hear you.
Oh. He's asleep, isn't he?
Unless he went to the bathroom, but I would assume.
I hear snoring.
You hear snoring?
Well, that's like something like a. Yeah.
What time is it over there?
Where I am?
Yep.
12:47 in the morning.
Okay, so he would be about midnight.
Yeah. I'm Eastern. I didn't even notice Roger.
Yeah, if he laid on the couch or on the bed, I guarantee he fell asleep. But
yeah,
maybe he's getting something to eat. But I was looking at him, and he was nodding off.
Yeah, I hear like somebody sleeping. Can you hear that?
No, I can't.
No.
Do you guys hear it in the chat?
Jace? Jace, his microphone.
Muted, so it's not.
Yeah.
Him. Oh no, he's back there. He's back there. He's back there.
Oh wait, who? Roger?
Yeah, he was walking in the background.
Oh, he was.
There he is. Don't you see that movement in the back?
I just see his wall with his movies and door.
No, not that way, by the kitchen. Anyways.
Yeah. So is it hot there in Hawaii right now?
Hawaii is not. I live kind of up in the mountains, but Hawaii's never hot. It's a little bit humid, but it's always constant between 80, 85 nonstop. So doesn't really get much harder than that.
Yeah. Do you get earthquakes?
Earthquakes. Yeah, we get earthquakes.
You get them frequently, or
every 10 minutes?
Yeah, little ones.
Oh yeah.
I used to 5 years ago. I lived in Alaska, and there was a lot up there.
Yeah.
A lot of earthquakes up there.
Yeah.
Dave Capra is gonna go FAP.
I think he's talking about me.
Oh,
that I disappeared.
Yeah. Oh.
Fap.
You rubbed one out.
Not that quick. I like to enjoy and savor the feeling.
Brian got scared.
I'll make this a penis train episode again. So what else, guys? How long have we been on?
I'd say for me about an hour.
2 hours, maybe 2 hours and a half. I don't know.
Donstar, you sneak into any movies?
3 hours. No, I've never snuck in.
Honest. This guy.
I've theater jumped, and I went to a movie that had 3 movies, and I waited till they were all done, and then I stayed through 2 more of them. The same movies, I just stayed there and watched them again. But not anything that I actually snuck in the back door or anything.
I'll be right back.
Oh, he's like, speaking of fapping.
Now we got the idea.
Yeah, he's like, you reminded me. I knew I forgot to do something today.
I knew I forgot.
He's like, oh yeah, let me pop on Terminator.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I got to watch Fast Times now. Put the scene on loop.
Yep, 27 minutes and 20 seconds. Pause it right there.
You wouldn't know the time. Oh, man. Good old Phoebe.
I remember watching some of those movies on VHS, or what was it, Pretty Woman or Basic Instinct. And when
the film the tracking always went real crazy.
Well, not
around
that.
the sex scenes, because people were doing that.
Well, my sister would want to watch it and be like, how come it started right here? How come it's the middle of the movie? It's like, you gotta rewind that stuff.
Be kind, rewind. Boy, VHS
I just saw that movie, Be Kind, Rewind. It's on HBO.
Yeah, good movie.
Funny.
But that was ancient times, man. Videotape. Pan and scan. Oh boy, you got some great horror, Go to those mom and pop stores before Blockbusters, and you would just spend hours looking at those boxes. And
yeah, they really dumbest movie, but they would have the best cover art.
Yeah.
I still remember a cover of It's Alive, the babies.
Oh, with the carriage?
With the carriage and shit, and watching that
claw hanging out, and then you watch it and you're falling asleep.
Not me, man. When those things came out, I was like, damn. Those things were frightening for me.
There was only one of them in the first one.
Well, you were probably, more of an adult back then.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, for me, I was like 5, 6.
Back when I was a kid, Hammer, Christopher Lee, Dracula movies scared me. So now
they're actually good.
Damn, he just jumped in.
I'm back. Yeah.
They're good, but they're nowhere near as scary as
Hey, the chat, Jace said, "What's fappening?"
So Jace went off, Rick Glover went off. Everybody's done fapping. It's your turn, Hoarder.
Oh man, that was like.
Oh wait, you don't have a camera on. You could be doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what before. That's why it took me a while to get on.
Oh man.
And I like those Christopher Lee Hammer horror movies. I enjoyed those Dracula.
I do too. All of them, even Peter Cushing, Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah, I actually watched one last week, Roger, called The Devil Rides Out. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah.
That's with Christopher Lee and Charles Gray. It was enjoyable.
Yeah. Charles Gray has been in a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, well, he was Blofeld in Donstar Forever.
Well, that's like probably one of the first things I've ever seen him in. And then, I
He's
started
in like
seeing him.
a few war films and little horror films. He usually plays like a villain role. Yeah.
Yeah. And Rocky Horror. He's the guy who's telling the story.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. Well, he was actually in 2 Bond movies. He played a different character in another one. Only twice he played like an ally. Very small role, but he's good. Yeah, Christopher Lee makes those Hammer horror movies, no doubt, because he's
they're great. They're great.
Yeah.
A lot of good Vincent Price flicks too.
Yeah.
Back
As you said, Peter Cushing was really good in them and scary in them too. Yeah.
I never.
What's he doing?
Watched Demolition. I think I tried to start it, but never got into it. Seemed a little boring.
Is that with Jake Gyllenhaal? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know that movie. That's the one where his wife has a car accident or something at the start. And,
It seemed like a comedy or a dark comedy.
I think it was
know.
more like a drama comedy sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't capture my attention.
Yeah.
Guys, if you get a
Yeah,
chance to see, the documentary De Palma, it's very good.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I seen it too.
Damn, he jumped in.
He's done.
There he is.
He jumped in. What did you make? A frappuccino?
No, I had some tea and pudding.
Do you have a little cream in that tea?
The font was a good move.
Chase?
What's that?
Thought I heard you doing something.
No, that wasn't me.
Like Aaron Finn.
Might be the birds.
He had tea. Time for
No, I'm
tea.
drinking tea right now.
Damn,
For a
both
little
of you.
tea.
On a tea.
No, as Roger would say, time for Long Island iced tea.
Yes. Speaking of like your dad was leaving and drinking beers, and you guys used to hide it in the cups. When we used to go to Pepe's restaurant, we were there 3 times a week. That was our watering hole. And it got to the point where we would close the place down, and we'd have, because the teals were about this big in these tall glasses. And they would just give us plastic cups, and we just pour them in there, go home and drink them on the way home.
Oh, wow.
Those are strong. They got like, 6, 7 different types of alcohol in those.
Nice.
Tasty.
We also call those electric iced teas.
Electric iced tea. Hurricanes are good too. That's
Yeah.
made with
those,
AC or fruit.
Yeah, I've had those. They're like orange or pink.
I usually get the reddish ones, pink.
Reddish.
Yeah, the vodka and rum and
Blue Hawaiian.
yeah.
RV
Brainstem shots. Do you ever have a brainstem shot?
Never had that.
Where they take the alcohol and then they pour a tiny little bit of Kahlua, and it coagulates in the drink. It doesn't spread, and it's brown, and it just looks like it's a fetus or a brainstem in this clear liquid. Like the old Sex on the Beach, all those other great drinks. Screaming orgasm.
Okay, wait, there is green tea he's talking about.
Are you more of a margarita or a martini man?
Ooh. Patrick?
No, I think he's asking you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I've had a martini one evening. We went to Road America. which is a motorcycle race that takes place in either Wisconsin or Indiana. Big, huge hog motorcycle race that lasts the weekend. And we all got crazy and stopped at the bar one time and all got martinis. And those were pretty damn tasty. But I don't like margaritas. I just don't care for them.
What? I could have swore you were gulping those
No.
down at that Mexican joint in your
No,
old
that's
videos.
Long Island. Those were Long Island iced
Oh,
teas.
those are Long Islands.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they look like Coke. It's like Coca-Cola. Southern Comfort.
Daiquiri?
Southern Comfort and ginger ale. I like ginger ale better than 7-Up. It has more of a kick to it. Patrick's writing in there. Dave says, I must say, you guys are very entertaining when I'm riding an opiate buzz.
What?
That should be our next topic. Did anybody ever do drugs?
Well, you already know that.
And what was the very first?
That's it.
Well, of
Never.
course. Robbie,
Never.
we know where you're from. We know what you get.
Yeah, I never done anything needles, anything snorting, none of that
Oh.
shit.
Yeah, that's me too. Never.
I
Wouldn't
snorted
be a
a
good
tiny,
example of the
I'd never do it.
thing I would do.
yeah, I snorted a tiny bit in the 80s, and it was like, not for me. It was like, no.
Make you paranoid?
No, I think I was so high on pot that it didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And then we had these little vials called Rush that you would just sniff in.
Hey, Kubrick saying no with a bunch of powder over his nose right now.
Yeah. Don't like it. Don't like it. And the only thing real hard with a needle is when I was in the hospital and I got morphine.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You did a video.
That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, but
Morphine.
Good dreams. Open your eyes. House is spinning. The room is spinning. Good stuff. But no pain.
Yeah.
Feel a damn thing pain.
You were getting kind of like trippy dreams though, weren't you? From them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
permanent smile.
Thought my toes were hanging over the side of a building. Like I was just like on the edge of a ledge. It was weird.
Oh shit.
But anything, it was mushrooms or pot. That was it.
Culture's trainee says ganja.
Ganja man. Wowie wowie. Jace, you ever try? Jace, you got anything interesting in Australia?
Not really, man.
Kangaroo
It's,
dung? Anything like that?
No, that's what I was gonna say. Peyote.
Oh, peyote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, most people just, I think, people smoke weed and cigarettes and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, there is a huge ice
He
problem
said
here at the moment.
cigarettes.
Yeah. There is a huge ice problem here at the moment. So,
Wait, what's ice?
Yeah.
Is it crack? What's ice?
well, it's pretty much, yeah,
Meth.
Meth.
it's the same sort of drug, but it's pretty damaging. It's not great.
You
Oh,
don't
is it-
watch the Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Never watched.
No.
I think I saw one or two shows. I saw one or two shows just to understand what Cartman was doing in the South Park episode.
Oh gosh. This ice is bad for you.
Patrick saying the crocodile. And
Crocodile Dome.
it's not the drugs that are going to kill you in Australia, Roger. It's the animals that'll kill you.
Yeah. Those kangaroos knock you out. One punch.
Yeah, crocodiles and fucking snakes.
Oh my.
Spiders.
Do you guys get centipede or not scorpions out there?
Yeah, they do in the desert. Yeah, in the desert, in the middle.
You got like
Yeah.
spiders, poisonous spiders.
Oh yeah, they're the most. I think Australia's got the most dangerous snakes and spiders. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Wow.
hate spiders.
And
I don't think I've ever seen a snake in the wild, so I don't know what
Yeah,
my
I
reaction
have.
would be.
Tiger snake I've seen, and they're dangerous. But I mean, you know, you can't get away from them quick. But
Yeah, we have big centipedes here.
ugh, I hate
Giant cockroaches.
yeah, cockroaches and flying cockroaches and insects.
I don't know.
And,
I get
love that tropical. I love that tropical because Florida has that crap too.
Like I get the willies. Like I see anything like, run fast or even
LJ says a cactus jumping.
even the little gecko lizards that are sometimes in the house. Like I don't know. They kind of like I know they're there, but it's like I see it in the corner of my eye.
Yeah, we get those like little lizards, and there's these big sort of blue tongue lizards that you can sometimes see, and they tell you what, you don't want to be. Once they get they very hard to get them off your hand. Like that sting you with like their tongue and sort of wrap their tongue around your finger. It's a very hard time getting it off.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty dangerous, those things. But they're, you see them mainly in the bush. But I've seen them at my house a few times once. But
Name that song.
area,
You got me wrapped around your finger.
Ace, you got.
But,
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you go.
You got.
I saw a lot of weird things in the bush.
Sorry, what was that?
Crabs.
Oh, crabs. Yeah, there's crabs in Australia. Yeah, in the beaches. There's a lot of beaches. In the bush, not in the bush. No, just in the beach. Near the beach.
JC, you have great white sharks, right?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Like if you're on the
you got to be careful around. Well, nowadays a lot of the beaches, what they do, they put in the shark nets, so people swim around the shark nets, so the sharks obviously can't get through there. But yeah, that's what a lot of the beaches do now. But it's about October, November time where the beach season starts happening, where the sharks, there's been a lot of shark attacks in my sort of area. But yeah, I mean,
the sharks in the nets, that's just teasing them. That's like holding a carrot in front of a horse.
Yeah, well, they
they
can't go through that big thing around. It's like a big sort of thing around the whole beach area, so people swim within there, so you can't. Yeah, you don't have to worry about sharks, but it's attacked. But again, it's mainly people being attacked. Like surfers get attacked more than anyone else because obviously sharks think they're like food, So a lot of surfers get attacked. Yeah,
it's popping now in the chat.
Oh, is
seven whole viewers. Everybody talking about crabs and
and LJ's talking about Jaws. Oh, Hoax is back.
with a great white and a dinghy called Jaws 5.
Uh-oh.
The Genie of Doom.
And Jaws 5. Oh, shit. I had it after Jaws 3 and 4. I had enough.
I had a traumatic experience. This was back in the wilderness or the woods of the Great Pacific Northwest.
Right.
Banana slugs. Holy shit.
Oh, what are those?
Those are fucking huge ass slugs. Literally the size of a banana, bro.
Damn.
Like disgusting, man. They're like fucking. I remember it was on a log and we had to jump over the log and I put my hand down and it felt so fucking nasty. Like so cold, slimy, and it was huge, man.
Robbie, you got any like jellyfish or anything out by you?
Oh yeah, man-o-war.
We do as well. Yeah.
We have big manta rays. Huge manta ray.
Wow.
Those are pretty. I love those.
Yeah, they are,
fish,
but they're when you're swimming in the ocean and you just see this big black shadow, you're freaking out.
Yeah.
But they're huge.
They kill
very calm. They don't attack or anything. They just I don't
Yeah.
know. They like swimming by people.
Yeah.
Turtles, a lot of turtles, sea turtles,
Okay, sea turtles.
all kinds of sharks. But I mean, it's not common to see one in the wild.
You've never
Yeah.
been
Lot of-
stung by a jellyfish, have you?
Oh yeah, it hurts.
Oh, you have.
It hurts. Yeah,
Yeah, I've been
I-
stung by a stinger.
I
Yeah,
didn't let anyone
it
pee on
hurts.
me.
Wow, stingray too.
I didn't let R. Kelly pee on me.
Well,
I'm gonna piss
that's
on
how,
you.
what's his name? That's how Steve Irwin, the very famous dude, got killed by a stingray because
Yeah.
Barb killed him. Yeah.
Yep.
He was pretty popular in America, I heard. He's pretty iconic.
Oh, Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
was going to mention that. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I was just shocked to hear that happen. But I was not surprised the way he was like with animals. I thought he'd get eaten by a crocodile eventually, but it was a stingray that got him.
You really took a lot of chances.
Yeah, because crocodiles are very dangerous because they're not just dangerous in the water, they can be quick on land as well. So that's the thing about them.
You know, there's no snakes here. There's really
Oh,
no.
really? That's weird.
There's really no predators on land in Hawaii, other than, I guess you could call ferrets.
Oh, those are
Ferrets.
snakes. They're like long rats.
Yeah, so I mean, there's really nothing, and when you come to Hawaii, they have you fill out. It's like hard for you to bring any kind of animals here. You have to get quarantined and all that shit,
Can you have
Hmm.
or plants. Like you're not allowed to bring any kind of plants or fruit, vegetables from the mainland.
do you guys have pets?
No.
I'd like to have a dog, but my landlord doesn't allow dogs. So
Yeah, I would like a dog too, but I don't know, man. I can't take care of myself.
I had a dog when I was growing up, and then I took care of my brothers and my sister-in-law's dogs. So
Weirdest thing you eating? Pink taco?
octopus.
Bearded clam? Octopus, man, that's like nothing. I love octopus.
Yeah, I bought it at the sushi part of the supermarket, and I ate it at a sushi restaurant, and then I bought it at the supermarket, and I was really hard to chew. I didn't eat it
very
right.
chewy. It really doesn't
Yeah.
have a flavor to it. It doesn't taste fishy at all. I mean, I've ate blood. I ate duck fetus before. Baby duck fetus in an egg. I like it. Yeah. Stinky.
Get the movie or the animal topics done.
Let's see. I know it's a delicacy in I think Cambodian. I remember there was a girl I was dating and she was trying to force me to eat cow shit. It was like a
Oh.
sauce. They saved the cow dung and froze it and then put chilies in it, and I was like,
Oh,
I can't do
shit.
it. I can't do it.
yeah, literally.
Literally shit.
What do
Yeah.
you do?
So that was a deal breaker, was it?
No, not a deal breaker, but it's just like I know a lot of cultures eat crazy shit.
Yeah, they do. Chinese food, what the? Look at the LJ shit.
Yeah. Ugh. I've had some stinky ones.
Shit.
I want to
did
say the. Have you ever had something that you've like thought would be delicious, but you just didn't like it? Like they always made it look good on TV, and you finally tried it, and it wasn't all that.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of like seafood. I thought crayfish. I wasn't a fan of that at all.
Very
They
salty,
said it was really
man.
good.
I've
Yeah,
had,
yeah.
yeah. I agree. I was gonna bring that up too. Like I was at this Chinese buffet, and they had, I was thinking like, oh wow, these should be good. And I got a plate full, and I only could eat one. I mean, they were
I just didn't
very
like it.
salty.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
salty.
Oh, that
I had mine
salty.
with
That
some sort
reminds
of
me of
sauce as well. Yeah.
salty. Reminds me of
Was it?
anchovies.
Oh, you don't do anchovies?
I tried anchovies on a pizza one time, and it was like way too salty. I couldn't take it.
Yeah, that's one of anchovy. What do we call it? Paste.
Yeah,
We use that in Filipino cooking a lot. So
but yet oysters, crab, any of that stuff. No,
I can't get
I have no
down
problem.
with big raw oysters. I just can't. The texture is too much for me.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, exactly. It's not.
but that's I never understood it at first. It's like, well, why take it if you got to chase it down with a beer or something? What's the point? You're not chewing it, you're not tasting it. But I tried it once, and it was like, okay. Yeah. I think it was the beer that was making me enjoy it.
Yeah, well, beer,
L-
add beer with some food, it does
LJ
make it
likes
better.
ass. LJ, you like tossing
Oh.
salads, man?
Oh,
Do you like instead of people using toilet paper, do you come around and say, "Here, I'll do it for free"? Nasty ass.
Shit.
No wonder you always have that shitty smile. Oh.
Well, I tell you what, man, yeah, that was funny when he was laughing so much when Roger was sleeping. That was funny. Couldn't stop laughing.
No, that's him every stream. I
yeah.
always see him
Oh,
laugh.
is it? I haven't noticed that. I
His,
haven't seen a lot of his stuff yet. So
yeah, his laughing is amazing. He's got some of the funniest laughs.
Culture had monkey once. Damn.
damn.
Like in a
Is
casserole,
it killed
casserole,
monkey
or
brain,
just the
in
brains
He said in the ghetto.
in the ghetto. I've had squirrel in a casserole. That was like chicken.
Oh, frogs like chicken to me.
Yeah,
Rabbit.
rabbit too. Yeah.
Rabbit or rabbits. Yeah.
Like
Shark.
I can't recall if I ever had rabbit, but I don't mind any of that. Any of those you
Oh.
know.
Rabbit meat's not
Like
bad. Yeah.
one of my favorite meat is bison.
Oh wow.
Very,
Not
very,
bad.
Do you
very,
think?
very tender. Not gamey at all.
Oh, nice.
Do you think you'd ever have a rat?
Ugh.
No, not out of preference, but if it was a necessity, I would.
Yeah, if you were in the middle of the jungle or something. Yeah.
Yeah, or if someone I guess decorated it where I couldn't tell, and
Well, yeah, like a casserole or something. Yeah.
yeah.
Rabbit
You
stew.
ever had shark?
Ratatouille.
Have I had shark? I think I
Ratatouille.
have. I think I've had shark fin.
I think it tastes like chicken. I think I had it once.
I would say more like halibut.
Yeah, I've never had shark. I've had swordfish, which is great.
Yeah, swordfish is like a mahi mahi. Very
Yeah.
thick, very thick.
Yes. Chewy, really good.
Yeah, really dense.
Now I'm hungry.
Tell me about it, bro.
Now it's time to order in a
Everything.
pizza.
No,
Yeah.
no, the Thai restaurant's closed now.
Is that
Pizza
your
time.
Well, that's where I get some nice spicy
takeout?
fish. Yeah.
Mm.
Thai
You
food.
like sushi?
I
Yeah.
love sushi.
I'm not a fan.
I like what? You
I'm
said
not a fan of it.
I
you're not?
used
No.
to. I mean, as a as a teenager, I guess I always avoided it, thinking like raw fish, hell no. But it grew on me, man. I love it. Love that shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I never thought about liking it, but when I was an adult, I'm like, well, I'm eating shrimp cold. You know what?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's got to be. It's fish, and it's mixed with rice and all this other stuff, so it's probably camouflaged the fishy taste. And yeah,
They say you just don't want to eat too much of it because there's people, if they use the like wrong fish or bad
Yeah.
fish, you could get parasites.
yeah,
People,
yeah. Well, that wasabi kills it. I love that
Yeah.
wasabi.
I
Oh, I can't eat
can't
wasabi.
do too much.
Oh, cleaning out those sinuses, man.
What was that?
Jalapenos, Roger?
What?
Can you eat jalapenos? I can't eat jalapenos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
just,
love them. I got a whole jar in my.
I become very familiar with Mexican foods, and yeah, I could just take a pepper and just chew it, and no problem.
Jalapenos I always eat usually with hot dog pizza,
Mm,
um,
hot dogs especially.
tacos,
Hmm.
steak. Sometimes I just have some peppers. I like dipping my instead of a steak sauce. Try the brine of jalapeno juice.
Oh wow, that sounds
It's
yummy.
amazing. It's amazing. Just take a jar of jalapenos and then use the brine as a dipping sauce. Oh my god, it's amazing.
Wow.
Do you like? I don't like it, but hot sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tabasco,
I
yeah.
put all that stuff on everything, man. Even when I make like a cheap frozen pizza, I cover it in peppers and red peppers, and oh, I just want
There
that
you go.
hot spicy.
Spices.
I don't have a tolerance for high heat,
Sure.
but a little bit.
You want that bite, that little tang.
Yeah, I can't.
And wasabi, people will say, "Oh, it's hot, it's hot." It isn't. It's a different type of feeling.
Oh, it's cleanses your sinuses, man.
Yeah, it gets up in the back of your throat and really, but it isn't hot burn. It's a different kind of,
It's a different kind of burn.
yeah. But I love it.
It's a root.
But you can't have it all the time, like you're saying with sushi. You just got to have enough of it to, you know. But yeah, I love that spicy stuff. That yellow mustard you get in with Chinese food.
I like that.
That's pretty much like wasabi. It just burns the nose.
Yeah, it is. It burns the nose. It's good for sinuses.
Duck sauce.
Never had duck sauce.
Haven't had that.
I don't know. It's to me, I don't like it. It's like a plum sauce. I think he's talking about.
I like duck sauce.
It's like made with plums and stuff. I don't care. Like a marmalade.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that. Plum
Marmalade?
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I've had Tabasco with eggs.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Usually, if I have like soy sauce, I always add a little Tabasco.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I use soy
That's
sauce,
good.
I mix Tabasco with the soy sauce and then whatever. I like.
But it's weird. Go ahead.
They make a Kikkoman Tabasco soy sauce. It's weird.
Yeah, I love the hot sauce and everything, but I very rarely will use like a steak sauce on a steak. I don't care how unflavorable the steak is. I just don't like that flavor of steak sauce. It's sacrilegious, but I'd also rather use ketchup than the steak sauce.
There's a Leon Perrin steak sauce that's pretty darn good. But
Yeah.
I agree, you can't beat the normal flavor of
Oh,
salt and pepper.
Yeah, if it's good and it's seasoned well. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's like tough and needs the flavor, I'll use a sauce.
Yeah.
Sauce.
Just to get it down. Sauce.
Tastes nice. So how do you have your steak, Roger? Is it medium rare, well done? Like, how do you have it usually?
I usually get medium rare.
Okay.
I like it bleeding a little. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like that little lubricant.
Yeah. I like it a bit cooked myself. I like it more well done. That's just me personally.
No, I like mine fucking bloody.
Yeah, no, I can't handle the blood.
It's a little
man.
too
I don't
chewy
like
for
it.
me when it's too rare. A little too
Yeah,
chewy.
I can't. Way too chewy. Yeah, I like it cooked.
No, I need to see.
Well, it's the same when
I
it's
need to
burnt.
see pink.
Chewy.
Yeah,
That's why I
well,
like
I
it
said I don't
pink.
like it totally burnt, but it's
I like it pink, like my nipples. Like it juicy.
you eat a burger and all the blood comes out of it.
Yeah. Or grease.
Yeah. Greasy burger, greasy.
Man, I
stomach.
had a Wendy's the other day, and all it was grease. It just was like, oh,
Yeah.
this tastes
Grease
horrible.
is the word. It's the word that you heard.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, man, that probably makes you think of the movie Greasy Strangler after eating that burger.
Holy shit! Has Roger seen that?
Roger,
What
have you
is-
seen it?
What is
The
it?
Greasy Strangler.
Oh,
Oh my god! The
I've seen
most.
that. I saw it at a horror marathon.
Ain't that crazy? One of the most bizarre movies you'll ever see, Roger.
wow.
It's weird, man. It's so weird.
I'll have to look it up because I love weird.
Oh, I know you
Yeah.
do. It'll make you want a
Funny.
bacon.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you thought your Wendy's burger was greasy, wait till you see what happens in the Greasy Strangler.
What was that
it
Japanese movie that just came out about the girl in the school and they're all going to try to be like vegetarians and she ends up being a cannibal?
Is that Raw?
No,
or
I think it's a
something?
Raw.
French.
Is it Raw?
French movie. It's French.
Raw.
French?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's raw.
That was pretty intense.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
They only made
Yeah.
a US DVD of it though.
Really? No Blu-ray?
Yeah.
That's
It's no
funny.
Blu-ray.
No Blu-ray. Weird.
Hmm.
Very strange.
Well, guys, to me, it's about 3:30. I mean, 3 hours and 30 seconds. I'm going to end the stream,
Yeah,
But-
I was
Okay.
fairly
but you guys can continue on talking. However, you do that.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm gonna go too because I guess Sasha's gonna be doing another one later. So
Oh,
Yeah.
So you got some rest.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to like.
Get some rest.
I kind of want to
Maintain
jump.
it.
I kind of want to jump on the TV and see what's going on in Florida.
Hey, we know you're making a cappuccino. Come on now.
Cappuccino.
Hey, Horner, what your name is? Your real name's Robbie?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Hawaii. Near.
Yeah, so-
Well, guys, Rob, great talking to you again. I'm glad you joined eventually.
No
Cooper
problem.
Plummer, always great to have you.
Yep. Nice to talk to
Brian.
you. Nice to
Brian?
talk to you.
Yes. Brian Shrimp? No. And Jace, of course, always great.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on again. It was fun.
Oh,
I enjoyed it.
You're always invited, man. You're always invited. It's
Thanks,
just sometimes I don't do these nighttime streams, so.
Well, I was just finding the time differences. Like the LJ streams are hard to get on because I think he does his like pretty much when it's middle of the morning for me. So it's
Yeah.
easier when like for me or you do it because it's at a decent hour. But we'll see what happens. What time he actually does that. So it's interesting.
He's just in the chat now
He
asking.
says he's on at 6 p.m. Eastern, where I am, and 11 p.m. UK time.
11 p.m. UK time.
I guess it's ain't got time to bleed stream.
Yeah, I
It
think
wouldn't be
he's
11
saying everybody should
11
join.
p.m. So 11
So
p.m.
you said
UK
6
time?
p.m. That's like 11 hours from now. Okay.
No, it wouldn't be that. Hang on.
Math.
Let's see.
Oh, look at we're leaving, and look who comes in.
Look who comes in, John.
Oh, fucker.
You're late, my friend. You're late, my friend. We're saying goodbye.
Nah, you're gonna have to fucking stay up now, Roger. That's it. No.
Yeah, Roger.
No more sleeping on the desk. No more sleeping on the desk.
He'll wake you up. We were talking about, LJ was talking about eating buttholes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you missed a lot. Crabs and
Yeah.
tacos.
So as long as it's not eating buttholes with crabs, that we're good. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, no, we they're talking about monkeys and all sorts of weird things.
Calamaris and
what the fuck?
squirrel.
Oh,
No,
man.
someone asked what's the like the weirdest thing you ate. That was the question.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I said
probably.
balut,
Yeah,
and
me
then
too. Same thing.
He
Balut.
said,
Hmm.
I think Brian said octopus.
Yeah.
Hello.
We were talking sushi, wasabi, hot stuff, peppers. We were talking everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
we had a good. Oh, the start of the stream when we were talking about music, band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Johnson to the house music, 80s.
Oh, someone fell off the thing again.
That was my friend.
That was my brain. But anybody, you guys want to join your own stream? Go ahead and go on if you want to stay out. But I want to head off. I'm getting tired.
That's.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
Don't be scared.
What's your name? The guy that just joined?
John.
John.
Hi.
What's up, man?
It says right there.
My real name. Yeah.
You were on with John before, weren't you, Brian?
No, he left once John came in. John came in a lot later, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did see you though on a recording.
Yeah, I saw you on with Sasha the other day too, or yesterday or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was on for like half an hour.
Yeah.
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 Well, cool, guys. Everyone, channel Donstar, thanks for watching. Whoever's still up watching. Everybody want to say goodbye and promote your channels?
Bye.
Yeah, Jace, you haven't come back yet, have you, Jace?
Well, no, I mean, I don't really do many YouTube videos. I mean, I mainly just, do my letterbox. I mean, I do have my collection video on there, but that's about it. But yeah, I enjoy the streams more than my own videos these days.
Yeah. And Robbie, are you still producing any videos, or are you just joining streams?
I've been retired for a couple of years, but
yeah,
just want you guys to know, fuck this Hurricane Irma. I have a video up called The Aftermath of a Real Hurricane.
Oh, I want to see that. Is that just up there? We just searched for Irma Aftermath?
Not Irma. I think it's Hurricane Aftermath. But
okay.
I think you could search it on my channel. I don't think, if you just type in Aftermath Hurricane, you're not going to find mine.
That's true. Is it in a playlist anywhere?
Yeah, it's in one of my playlists called Random.
Random. Okay, that'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
All right, everybody. Everybody have a great night. We'll all chat the next stream.
All right.
This is the Blu-ray Hoarder.
Blu-ray Hoarder. And everybody, let's pray for Florida that it doesn't go away.
Yeah,
man.
We all read the movie guy.
Because we all love that. We all love the goodness of America,
Yeah. So. And I still need to see it when I come over one day, so still be there when I'm to come over. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope Ryan Chataway's doing well.
And George.
All right, Roger, have a good time fapping.
Yeah, enjoy that pizza.
No, I got half a burrito, so I'll be.
Oh, burrito dance.
Is that what
time.
you call it?
Yeah, it's a
It's
burrito
gonna be
dance.
it will be
Burrito
a full
dance.
All right, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, man.